What is up, everybody? Welcome back once again to Hot Toys Hotline Live, episode 82. As you can see, guys, I've been put to work in the Death Star. Lane was trying to tell me before the stream started that I wasn't on the Death Star and my head was disappearing or something. Guys, I'm on the Death Star. We're talking about Star Wars Dark Side, so I had to get in the right mood. So here we are on the Death Star. They put me to work here in the hallways here.
You better hope they're targeting the leader. You could be in trouble and you might be flying through space without a rocket.
Yeah, I got to keep it down a little bit. In perfect timing, right as we're getting started, we have Thrawn's office, or Mike L.
Yeah.
How's it going, dude? And Mike, I was just saying that Lane was trying to tell me that I wasn't actually on the Death Star. I mean, come on now.
Oh, yeah, no, I remember you called me earlier. There was like a big delay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're pretty far out there.
Yeah, I got called into work, but you know, I figured since we're talking about Dark Side, I had to be here somehow. So I gotta keep it down a little bit because you know there's some echoey halls here, so I don't want to get in trouble. But
you got to take that Purgle ride back home after this. It's,
exactly.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
But
and into our next subject, kids, don't do drugs.
Guys, it's great to have everybody here. As everybody starts trickling in, I hope everybody's doing well. Drop your comments. Tell us where you're tuning in from. We would love to hear from you guys. As you can see, we have a great panel to start off the stream tonight. Sean was finally able to make it back. His work schedule's been absolutely crazy, but we're so glad to finally have him back. One of our OG panel members, Sean the Hot Toys Nightmare, is here with us. Sean, thank you so much for being here. It's so great to have you back.
You're welcome.
Tom Daly is here. Tom Daly says, in the Death Star. See, Lane? Tom knows I'm in the Death Star. Speaking of Lane, we have the legendary Lane Kramer, formerly known as the Midnight Collector. He's just gone back to Lane. He is now just Lane himself. Lane, thank you so much for being here, my friend. I hope you're doing well on this fine Tuesday evening.
Yep, real glad to be here with you guys on time for once, like forever. I don't know if this is one of the few times I was able to get out of work early and not be like, sitting on the freeway for, it feels like forever. So I'm glad to be here with you guys tonight.
Hey, we'll take it. We're happy to have you here on time with us, Lane. It's great to have you here, like I said, as always. And then finally, right on time, we appreciate Thrawn's office, Mike L, being here with us. Mike, I know I had to have you here tonight with all this Star Wars stuff, especially because I know you got a lot to say. And I know we all have a lot to say because there's a lot of great, if you're a Star Wars fan, guys, this is our week for sure. And then May 4th is coming up. We're going to talk about, can we expect more, So May 4th is right around the corner. So best time to be a Star Wars fan, as you guys know, is right around May 4th. So really exciting time, Mike, and I'm sure you're excited to talk about some stuff tonight for sure.
I have a lot to say and I have a lot of questions to ask because it's been an interesting day, right?
Yeah.
So first question though, can you guys hear me okay? Is my mic level all
sounds
right?
good.
I'm a little
Sounds
bit
good,
far
yeah.
from it. All right, cool.
Sounds good. But yeah, so a lot of great stuff to talk about, guys. As I said, guys, as everybody jumps in the chat, definitely say what's up. Drop a like on your way, and we very much appreciate it. We got some early comments in here long before we came in tonight. So let me say what's up to everybody in the chat, guys. Once again, we're going to start this thing off. Say what's up. Say where you're from. I like doing that. I think it's interesting, and I like to know more about you guys. So starting off tonight, we have EN, the first comment on the stream. EN says, out of all of these, I think Revan is my favorite release. I think a lot of people would be right there with you. That or the standard Stormtrooper. Yeah, what a surprising one. We're going to talk about that. Definitely one that just kind of came out of left field. I saw a funny comment from Jedi Patrol. He said, here's my review. I posted it 4 years ago, this figure that was announced today, so I thought that was pretty funny. I actually have that one in my collection. You guys have seen it in my background many times. But Ian, I hope you're here in the chat. If not, I know you'll catch the replay. Thank you so much for popping in so early. I don't want to butcher this. We have Pachinosin. So glad I moved to statues. Hot Toys' new way out of not wanting to take my money and limiting figures made me stop collecting, and I sold my entire Hot Toys collection. Thanks, Howie. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you've had a bad experience. I know these limited releases, you either really love it or you hate it. Obviously, experiences may vary. If you got lucky on a lot of these drops, obviously you're going to be more happy about it. And if you miss out, of course, there's going to be some salt involved. I've been salty before as well. So I totally understand. I'm sorry that you've had such a bad experience, but thank you so much for dropping the comment. If you're here, let us know what type of statues you've been collecting. I don't know much about statues. I know Lane does, but I definitely love to hear it. Thank you so much for being here. We have the movie canon in the house. The movie canon, it's so great to see you, my friend. The movie canon says, hello, Hot Toys Hotline panel. Great time to be a Star Wars fan. Absolutely, I was just saying that, and I want more. I do too, you know, and we know that there's plenty more on the horizon. So again, we're going to talk about that. We're not only going to talk about the dark side stuff that was announced, but we're going to talk about what we may see in the near future. So again, May 4th is right around the corner. Movie canon, thank you so much for being here, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Let's see. Dab is here. Dab is actually Illusion Entity in the Discord. Illusion Entity did say that they would be stopping by. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with us. I very much appreciate it. You always say so many nice things about me in the Discord, so thank you so much for being here. I hope you're doing well. Christian Cooper, my friend, so great to see you. You already know what I'm going to ask you. You know, it's kind of the meme at this point. How's the crosshair hunt going? Hopefully well. If not, you know, may the force be with you. That's what we say when we're looking for Star Wars collectibles. May the force be with you. A channel member, I think a gifted channel member, but a channel member all in the same. Guys, as always, I want to remind you guys, channel membership is open. I want to announce, I did add a new tier to the channel membership. So now we have Hotline Heroes and we have Hotline Superheroes. So I figured why not, you know, everybody, you know, who doesn't love heroes and superheroes in their childhood? So that spoke to me. So I was like, why not? Let's make that our next tier up. So guys, if anybody wants to support or become a superhero, the option is available. Of course, you don't have to. There's a join button though on the channel. Guys, 32 people watching already. Thank you so much, guys. We appreciate it. Drop a like on the stream if you don't mind. Joshua Alvarez is here. Joshua, I hope you're doing well. Joshua says, finally, Sideshow got me with the no limited drop L. Joshua, we're going to talk about, you know, successes and failures of today very shortly. So once that topic comes up, we'll bring that back up and we'll hear your thoughts on it. Thank you so much for being here, though, Josh. Control-Alt-Delete is here. Control-Alt-Delete says, morning all, stop gaming Fallout 4 to watch this stream. Isn't that crazy? I don't know if you guys have seen, like, the massive percentage of people downloading and purchasing Fallout 4 after the success of the show. I highly recommend it, guys, whether you've played the games or not, to check out the show. It's been absolutely fantastic. I love the show. I actually loved it so much I just binge watched it in the first day. You know, it was a slower day for me, so I just went all out and watched the whole thing, and I absolutely loved it. Drop in the comments, guys, if you watch it. Who's your favorite character? Mine, I'm going to have to give it to the Ghoul, guys. Come on now. He carried the show. I do like Lucy and Maximus. They're awesome as well, but yeah, the Ghoul he's the shit for sure. But definitely appreciate you dropping in, Control-Delete. Thank you so much for being here. Tom Daly says, last year was such a disappointment, but this year is crazy already. Yeah, I mean, you know, I kind of have tempered expectations a little bit for May the 4th this year. And again, we're going to talk about that. And it could surprise us. It certainly could, because this year is a different year. But last year, they definitely threw us for a loop for sure. So thank you so much for being here, as always, Tom. One Adam 12 is here, a channel member and a good friend. Adam says, hey, Hotliners. I like that. I've never said that before, Hotliners. Life Day came early for Star Wars fans. It did again, guys. It's just Star Wars week for us right now. Flash fans, not so much. Yeah, we're going to talk about that as well. Adam's checking in from upstate New York. Not too far from me, because you guys know I'm in Maryland. Adam, I hope you're doing well, and thank you so much for being here, and I'm very excited to hear your thoughts on everything tonight. Dab says, I'm interested to hear your guys' thoughts on the Chromedy signing in from the UK. Yeah, I know everybody's kind of coined it the Chromedy. I like that. So, or Crody I've seen as well. But thank you so much for being here once again, Dab. Violet's Geekdom is here. I was talking to Violet earlier. Violet said she picked herself up a Revan. So congrats on that, Violet. I hope you're doing well, and thank you so much for being here. And I'm excited to hear your thoughts. Maybe when we talk about Revan, you could share your thoughts and maybe why you picked it up. I know you shared it with me, but everybody else, I'm sure they'd like to hear it. But thank you so much for being here. Christian Cooper is in Southwest Florida. Christian Cooper, again, thank you so much for being here. It's such a pleasure. And once again, your chances for that crosshair, if you didn't get it, I hope they just keep going up and up and up. Clink is in the house. Clink says, good evening all. What's up, Clink? I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We got my good friend HG, Commander Green here. Commander Green says, hello, everybody. I know Commander Green got what he wanted earlier. I think you got the main one you wanted with the Cody. I hope you're doing well, and thank you so much for dropping in tonight with us. We got BMW Lover here. BMW says, hello, collectors. Glad to be here. Well, we're glad you're here. It's been a Star Wars heavy week. Love to see it. Yeah, again, a great time for Star Wars fans. Some not so good news for some Marvel fans, but and DC fans as well. But that's okay. Tomorrow's another day, right? Thank you so much for being here, BMW. We got Funky Cold Santa in the house. Funky Cold Santa says, good evening, peace. Good evening to you, my friend. I hope you're doing well, and thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We got a channel member and one of our fantastic moderators here, Payton23 in the house. Not a Hot Toys Hotline stream without him. Payton23 says, good evening, everyone, and dropping the hotline emojis. Well, thank you so much, Payton, for hanging out with us, bro. It's always great to have you here, as always. Let's see. Christian says still no crosshair. Well, Christian, once again, sending the power of the Force your way, my friend. I hope you were able to snag one eventually. It'll come around. Don't you worry. It'll come around. Let's see. Christian also says the Fallout show is amazing. I totally agree. It's one of like the least overhyped shows in recent history, in my opinion. I really think the praise is very much warranted. We got Tony Marine in the house. What's up, Tony? Always great to see you as well. Let's see. We also have my good friend Hobby Halbert. He says Hot Toys dropping some major fire. Yeah, some great stuff this week. Some really great stuff. And again, I'm so excited to talk about it tonight. We got Chris Williams in the house saying, hola, guys. What's up, Chris? So great to see you. I hope you're doing well, my friend. We got Collector Joey in the house. What is up, Collector Joey? So great to see you here, man. Joey and I were just randomly talking about energy drinks the other day. The most random conversation, but it was a fun time. So, Joey, I hope you tried my recommendations. If not, I know they're on the list. But so great to have you here, as always, Joey. Illusion Entity has a question for us right before we get started. Illusion Entity says, question from a newbie. When does 1/6 Kit get new releases on the site? Notice he had armored bats up pretty quick, but still no Starkiller or Revan. Honestly, it all depends on kind of what his schedule is and kind of him sorting out numbers. He will get them, I'm sure. He's usually pretty consistent. I have noticed sometimes Hot Toys he doesn't get immediately. It takes him a day or two to get up. So don't you worry. I'm sure that he's going to get them in. It's just a matter of time. So just keep an eye out. If I do see it pop up, of course, I'll share it with you in the Discord. But excuse me, I'm sure he's going to get them because Kit basically carries everything. You guys know that. He carries basically everything. So we have Obi-Wan Kenobi in the house. He says, where's Chrome Captain Rex? I saw a meme. It was from, what is the movie I'm thinking of? Mad Max, where you know, Immortan Joe sprays the girl's mouth with the chrome paint, and everybody's like, this is Hot Toys, this is them making chrome. I thought that was funny. That was very fitting. I should have saved the video and showed it on stream because it was just so funny to me. But maybe you'll get that for your Captain Rex, get the Immortan Joe treatment. Joey said he's going to pick up. Yes, you have to, dude. It's I'm telling you, it's a good one. X-Man Supreme is in the house. X-Man Supreme says, oh man, almost missed it. Was busy taking a bunch of mediocre pics of Mr. Knight. Dude, that's me. I'm not a toy photographer. I might be able to do my videos, but I'm certainly not a toy photographer. So I'm right there with you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. One of our awesome moderators here, and he's going to be joining us on the stream very shortly once we figure out a good day for him. Same with our friend What Adam 12. I'm still working it out. Don't you worry, guys. I haven't forgotten about you. And perfect timing, Chris. We haven't even started yet. We're still saying what's up. We got 46 people in the house, guys. Drop a like for Collecting Madness. Ready with the belt. As always, ready to go. I know he's got a new belt. Chris, is this the new belt? Do we have the new shiny Ric Flair belt, or are you saving that? Are you savoring that?
No. I mean, I've had this one, but it's what I'm using tonight to get it rolling. So I don't know if Big Dog Pound's in here, but this is a big stream, so he can catch it on the other end, and I'll still give him a shout out. But with that being said, who are you to tell me how to collect? I am Collecting Madness. Big lights, big streams, talking right here on this channel. I am the wedding ring wearing, the truck delivering, wheeling and dealing son of a gun. And Connor, if you turn this camera off, when I come back, I'll be naked. Woo!
Dude, when are you going to work in the fact that you're a future father?
That does sound like you are practically channeling Ric Flair there. Because apparently that happened to him on multiple times.
Well, Chris, I don't know if we want you to be naked, but we appreciate it. Again, guys, for the hype, drop the like on the stream. Chris, thank you so much for the great intro. I'm sure Big Dog Pound can hear you. The universe is calling him, and he's going to drop in here soon enough. If not, like you said, I'll catch it on the replay.
Yeah, for the next one, I'll be naked when he comes on.
All right. Well, Big Dog Pound, I don't know if you want that, but he said it, not me. He said it, not me. If you want me to kill his feed, just let me know. But Chris, thank you so much for being here. Joe P says, hello. This show is going to go all night with all the hot toys smoke from the last 48 hours. It very well might, Joe. It very well might. But Joe, thank you so much for being here, my friend. I hope you're doing well. But guys, let's get right into it. We're going to start with some absolute fire. We're going to get started right off the bat with one that I know a lot of people had their fingers crossed for. We talked about it many times. We talked about our expectations for the Dark Side line. And what was one of the two big ones that everybody wanted to see that was in that teaser photo? Yeah, guys, we're talking about Starkiller. I think it's kind of really hard to put into words how exciting this is to see Hot Toys do characters like this. Never in a million years, and I was talking to, shout out to Steve, Evil Sneaker. I was talking to Steve the other day when we saw these figures announced, and I was like, dude, if you asked me a year ago if I thought Hot Toys was ever going to do a Revan or a Starkiller, I would have said absolutely not. And here we are in 2024, and we have a Hot Toys Starkiller and Revan available for pre-order, and they're not necessarily limited. We're going to talk about the limited aspect of them, but they're available for everybody to pre-order now, so... Guys, I really can't stress how exciting this is. I don't know how many of you guys have played the games, but I feel like a lot of people, even if you haven't played the games, you recognize this character. A lot of us might be fans of Sam Witwer. If you guys don't know who that is, he voiced Darth Maul in the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. He also played Starkiller in the video games. They actually used his likeness for the character as well, so... This is really exciting, and not only that, Sam Witwer, there's actually a video clip of Sam Witwer seeing that Hot Toys was going to do this. This was the original teaser pick, and he was really, really excited about it. So that just adds to the cool factor of this, and guys, I think Hot Toys just absolutely did such an awesome job on this. Of course, the elephant in the room, guys, yes, he does have that pleather undersuit, just like Vader. It's very reminiscent of that Vader undersuit that he has. So that's a bit unfortunate. Obviously, real leather would have been very ideal for this, especially when it comes to posing and things like that. However, I think this looks incredible, guys. If I were to pick one look, personally, this would have been my favorite, the Sith Stalker look. It just looks so menacing. I love those claws. I love how he kind of struggles to clench the lightsaber hilt with those kind of like Edward Scissorhand like claws there. I just love everything about this, guys. This is so exciting to me. I can't believe that this is actually here. It's one of those things, again, it's almost like I'm in disbelief that Hot Toys actually did this. Not only that, and Mike, we kind of briefly talked about this as well, and I'm going to pass it on to you. I don't want to steal all the excitement, but... You know, with this one, Mike, this is actually branded not only as a VGM figure, but it's also branded under the Legends tag, which is really, really exciting because that kind of opens opportunities for a lot of stuff, right? A lot of stuff that, you know, we wouldn't have necessarily had opportunities from current shows and stuff like that, but now we have a lot of opportunities for maybe stuff in the future. I know a lot of people want like Darth Malak or Darth Nihilus or Darth Malgus or Bastila Shan, and this very well possibly could open the doors for stuff like that in the future. Maybe not necessarily with this Dark Side line, but maybe they'll pull it out, you know, in the future. I picked this one up, Mike. This was an easy decision for me. This is I love these games. I played these games a ton, replayed them many times. I love the ridiculous force abilities and everything. Mike, are you picking up this figure? What are your thoughts on finally seeing a figure of this caliber, Starkiller, to get into our collection? What are your thoughts on finally seeing this?
So I have to say I'm pretty surprised, and I'm curious to hear if the rest of these guys were surprised. Because, well, I guess I'm not surprised after the teaser, but prior to that, like this is like first level deep, if that makes sense. Like these are very popular characters. I'm more surprised to see Dr. Aphra characters coming out.
Yeah.
Even though those are canon and these are legends, right? Like, and I guess the reasoning for that is, you know, Hasbro's made Revan, Starkiller, sabers, and products before for a long time. To see like really niche comic characters now coming in is pretty awesome. I mean, so we're gonna get some layers to characters that I didn't think we were gonna see. Now, I'm a big video game fan, but I wouldn't say that I am like a huge. I mean, I played Force Unleashed. KOTOR, I'm playing now. I never played it. I wasn't into the turn-based gaming. Yeah, so it's going to be it's cool because I guess I'm, when somebody's like just getting into something that you've loved for 20 years, you're like, oh, I wish I could relive that the way you're about to experience it.
Yeah.
I'm just doing it for the first time now. So I am going to order both of these though, which I feel in a way like a fake fan in the sense that I enjoy these characters from the hype that other people feel about them because I have never played Knights of the Old Republic. And Force Unleashed, I played it. I don't remember it that much. So I know that if I miss these, for example, a year or two goes by and I finally finish KOTOR 1, 2, and then the new one comes out and I totally fall in love with that franchise, I'm going to have to go backwards and get this.
Yeah.
And same with Force Unleashed. So I'm picking them up now. I'm a big Sam Witwer fan. And I've heard other people say like they're going to try to get a third-party sculpt or something like that for it.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
That would be really, really cool. But I'm also cool with the helmeted look. So I think both of these. I'm skipping ahead. I know I'm talking about like everything right now, but I'm really excited for it. I want to hear about Lane and Nightmare's opinion on it too. See if they're bigger fans of the character than I am. Maybe have a little bit more to say about him. But just in general, aesthetically, it's a gorgeous looking figure. And what's funny is like he fits in like with Marek and some of these other characters like on the Inquisitor side of things that we've seen.
Yeah,
too.
he has
So,
that like kind of like that knightly armored look that we see with Marek. So yeah, I mean, and he could. This is one of those pieces too, Mike. I feel like he stands so strong on his own, but also can fit in with so many different displays because when you have a helmeted character, you can really create your own universe in your display, right? Because you don't necessarily tie that face to anything because you just have this helmeted masked character, so you could really fit with anything, But I think you make great points, and I think a lot of people, even if they didn't play the games, I think I like what you said. You like, I kind of feel like a fake fan in a way, but also, I'm hyped about these characters because I know how big they are and I know like the kind of the general story behind them. And I feel like a lot of people are going to order those just based on that fact alone, just the cool factor of these characters and the mystique behind them, So it's a good point, dude. And it's okay to admit that sometimes. Sometimes people order things just because they think they look cool or because they've heard so many good things about it. And, that kind of encourages you sometimes to learn more. Mike froze up on us. He'll be back, but... Lane, I'm going to pass this to you, dude. Again, Starkiller, really exciting announcement. Once again, Lane, you brought up Darth Revan not long ago. Before he was announced, we were talking about the Star Wars Dark Side line, and I was like, oh, I'd be surprised to see that one. And then you kind of spoke it into existence. So, Lane, seeing Starkiller here, the Lord Starkiller here, in the Sith Stalker armor, what are your thoughts, and are you picking this one up?
I'm not sure I'm going to pick this one up. I think it's really cool, and it definitely fills the Dark Side line. Where in some ways I would rather get something like this as much as I'd like it, I don't know, a Dooku 2.0 or something like that, just because I missed out. But this is something different. And bring kind of the what are we going to make in 2024 Hot Toys is in. I think they're at least trying a little something different. Now, I admit this guy, and we're going to talk about the droids later, feel like just a little bit like a what jump, because this isn't even like the main look to Starkiller from the game. This is from one DLC, an alternate universe, basically now an alternate universe DLC to an alternate universe video game now. There's not
right. It's like imagine, Lane, if they did like a Maul Killer skin or something as a figure. You remember the Maul Killer imagine they did something like that. So it is interesting, but. Again, Lane, I'm sure you could see like the massive appeal that this has, right?
There's nothing wrong with me. Obviously, like you said, the pleather is the concern with this figure over time. But you could be talking years down the road, depending where you live. I think they nailed the look. This feels like something for this kind of event. Perfect though. No facial, no head sculpt, right. No licensing, no nothing. This is like right up Hot Toys alley for doing stuff. $270 price point. And we have to look at this. This is it's not a special figure, but this is an event figure. So it's not part of a TV show movie kind of thing. So that might be why you might say, Could it maybe be 260 or so, just because it doesn't come with a ton of stuff. But I think this is great. Like, it's cool look. Honestly, he could just be a Sith guy. He's just a Sith guy. An evil Sith Lord. At the end of the day, whether he's part of the actual continuity or part of Legends continuity or whatever, it doesn't matter. He's a cool looking Sith Lord. You can stick him now because he's Lord Starkiller. He's the Sith Lord. You can stick him with Dooku. You can see he's the Emperor's apprentice basically in his timeline. Without giving away too many spoilers. With
crazy force powers.
Yeah.
Like, any video game you play with force powers turned up tenfold. Like, he does crazy stuff.
But this is just a cool figure. Now, if you're like someone if you're more of a collector, you want it to be part of a TV show or movie or something, like you want stuff that's from the actual live action or part of canon stuff or whatever. If that's more what you prefer. This guy, the good thing is too, he's an easy skip. Too, it's not like you're missing part of a line or something if you skip him or something. I think that's good. So
because he doesn't fit in with anything currently in terms of what's
been
released.
He is totally a figure you can. I don't think you should have. This is a figure that's not the. I know there's FOMO kind of, but I don't mean FOMO like, oh my gosh, this is part of like the Ahsoka line, and I've got almost the entire thing.
Right. It's FOMO as in it's such a crazy release, such a crazy, kind of like Mike said, like, I feel like a fake fan, but I know like everybody's so hyped for this, so I'm hyped for
I played through the DLC with this guy multiple times, but I could understand why people would just totally pass on this guy, just because like he's from a game from 2000. This version, especially like 2008, 2009, has never been mentioned again. I think it's great Hot Toys is doing it though, because it gives an opportunity, like you said, for different stuff. Hey,
what do you think about that Legends tag, Lane? How exciting is that they put the Legends
give me Nihilus. I would have thrown him out the airlock and would have taken Nihilus instead. So I'd have my Road brothers. We got Revan and him, which is, bro, could you imagine? Or sorry, I'm not saying bro, but could you imagine both of them with just like wired like clothes like Dead Strange, where you could just make it go crazy all over the place?
Yeah, like all those fan art photos too of Darth Nihilus with his cloak kind of floating. And by the way, guys, big what's up to Collector's Entity and Boba Fettuccine and TX Boy dropping in. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for popping in with us.
Here's one thing too, just like with maybe Chris and Sean.
I thought you said for a second. I thought you said baby Chris.
No.
That's legit what I heard too. I was like, "What the?"
He's like, we'll give baby
baby Christopher.
Well, maybe he's one of the youngest guys in here, possibly. So maybe he is the quote baby.
We'll give baby Chris a chance to talk.
Yeah,
don't worry.
I was gonna say, how do you guys feel? This is just one thing I was wondering about. It's not a criticism of the figure, but only one of the lightsabers being light up. Now, admittedly, I think in the game, pretty much, he just wielded one lightsaber. Maybe like I said, it's been 12 or 13 years since I played this game. Maybe he wielded two, but in the main game, like in the main game when he was Starkiller, he only wielded one. In I think 2, the sequel, his clone wielded 2 lightsabers. But I think so. I'm not sure if he used 1 or 2 in the DLC. I don't remember exactly.
That's a good question, Lee.
But only one is light up, at least from the way they had the layout. So, are you guys a little? Because we'll talk about Revan. Revan has 2. I don't want to get talking about Revan. That's later. But I'm just. You guys wish it they were. If he has 2, he should have a light up for both.
So you're saying that he only has 1 USB powered saber?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's all he has.
You feel like it should be 2?
Oh, it certainly should have been 2. I mean, if you're gonna advertise him, especially having 2 sabers in his hand, like in these photos, I would agree. I think he should have 2. They could have swung it, guys. By the way, the price tag, we didn't say it. By the way, 61 people watching. You guys are incredible. Smash that like button for Lord Starkiller, guys. Use the force; those crazy force powers. Crush the like button. But yeah, I agree, Chris. I feel like he should have come with, we have hashtag double sabers. That's what we're going to use for this one. Hashtag double LED sabers. Yes, that's what we're going to use. Mark Palmer is in the house. What's up, Mark? So great to have you here, my friend.
Hey, so real quick on the lightsabers, though. Okay, one of Starkiller's lightsabers has the actual core exposed, where you can see the diamond and everything in there. That's probably why there's no LED function for that second lightsaber.
Sean's digging deep. It could be.
That makes sense. I was thinking it was like an Anakin, Artisan Anakin thing where they just got lazy and didn't do it, you know?
Yeah.
That could be it too. I mean, but that's what.
Yeah.
But I can't see it. I can't. I've been looking through pictures and I can't see how detailed the lightsabers are to prove my theory.
That would be really cool if the light was, before that, and you were able to actually see the Kyber lit up like that. Would be really cool.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I don't know if they show any actual photos of it. He just has such incredible costume design. Like, look at all the hilts hanging off of his belt. I get that he has pleather. That sucks. Someone did mention in the chat, I think it might have been Illusion Entity, that he's worried about the claws breaking, and that's a very valid point. I think it's going to be a little awkward to put the lightsaber hilt in his hand with his hand kind of curling around the hilt like that. So definitely be really careful, guys, with this one if you do end up picking it up, because those are probably prone to breaking for sure.
Yeah. Hey, one last thing I want to say real quick before we move on. I called myself a fake fan for like wanting these but not knowing much about them. But actually, that just ties me back to like Star Wars fans from the very beginning, because people were buying figures from Star Wars just because they like the way they look, from the first film. You know what I'm saying? So it really is the tradition of just really strong design can make you want more characters from this universe. And that's how I feel about these guys.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. And strong character design speaks a lot when people
strong
buy
designs
stuff.
make you imagine more stuff than actually characters actually do in the movie.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, look how much we gave Boba Fett. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
And look at like Kylo Ren, for example. Before we knew anything about him, that helmet, that voice, and this version of Starkiller here has that effect. He has that that evil effect where you can't see who's behind that mask. And if you've never played the games before,
And that's a great point. But what's even more exciting about these guys than Kylo, for example, is that I know that these guys have a great story. So I was excited for Kylo going into Rian Johnson's film, and then I was disappointed. At least with these, I know that they have a great story, like a great beginning, middle, and end, just from people that I know over the years that have told me to get into it. So that makes them even more appealing.
Yeah, I totally agree. Clone Trooper is here. What's up, Clone Trooper? Clone Trooper says, Knights of the Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic 2 are my favorite games. I'll take every figure they make. I agree, man. I mean, I have fond memories on the original Xbox of playing with my brother and, just investing hours and hours into these games. When I recently heard that the remake was not officially shelved like we thought it was, that was very exciting to me as well. And that's exciting too, because that's going to bring a lot of people back into the games who, like Mike, have never played them before, and that's always exciting. Sorry, was that Lane? Yeah, probably 2027 at this point.
No, I said see in 2029. At this point,
probably. You're probably not wrong. You're probably not wrong. Illusion Entity says, I mean, the USB lightsabers suck anyway. I'd love to invest in fusion reactor sabers, but at 80 a pop, it's a hard sell. Kitting out all my saber wielders. Yeah, and especially if you have a bigger collection, it gets very pricey. So I totally get that for sure. Mama Luigi is here. What's up, Mama Luigi? Mama Luigi says, and by the way, guys, before I continue, there is a poll up. I did drop a poll in the channel, so I know generally what some of you guys think about what you're going to pre-order in terms of Revan Starkiller, but there's a poll up right now, Revan, Starkiller, or both. I didn't put the option for neither this time because I'm really curious in terms of who's picking these up, what you guys are going for, because, again, these figures can stand so well on their own. I'm very curious to see what you guys are picking up. But anyways, Mama Luigi says, amazing figure. Very weird that all those hilts on his belt aren't removable, though. I did not know that, but yeah, that is strange. Usually Hot Toys gives us options with stuff like that. That is very strange for sure. So not sure why they went that route, but, Hot Toys, they work in mysterious ways lately, as we found out. And Chris, as we said, all you had to do was mention his name, and here he comes. But he's here. Chris is holding up the belt for you just really quickly. Big Dog Pound, he gave you the best intro any intro could be. So thank you so much for being here, my friend. One of our great moderators here, Big Dog Pound in the house. What's up, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Big hype for all the Star Wars stuff this week. And And What Adam 12 says, Mike makes a great point. And yes, he does. Mike's always making great points when it comes to Star Wars. I feel like he has no shortage of them. He just has a great point jar, and he just takes from it whenever he needs to. So that's why we have Mike here and everybody else on the panel, because everybody here makes great points. But Tom Daly says, a lot of people hate on the USB sabers, but I think they look awesome in person. Look, I'm a huge fan of the USB sabers, not necessarily because they look as good as CCFL sabers, because they don't. But it's a step in the right direction, right, guys? You know, we're fighting for our lives here with the pleather, but at least they're being consistent with the PERS system for the most part and the USB saber. So we got to keep fighting for that leather, though, guys. That's our fight. We got to keep fighting for, right?
Hey, guys, are we seeing an improvement on the sabers? Right, so I have the Grand Inquisitor, but a lot of people are saying that the Vader saber is better than that one.
That's what I've heard. Actually,
true?
Chris told me that. Chris actually told me that.
Good. I haven't got my Vader yet, so
I haven't either. So
I had Reva, Grand Inquisitor. I'm not sure if I had anybody else. So like I had a few, and then for some reason Vader's came, and it was just brighter than all of them.
Yeah, so hopefully that means across the board we're going to see an improvement.
His is actually on right now with DTOF lighting. He's back there.
Nice. Well, yeah, it's good to see that there's an improvement. That's all we want to see. And again, with the current fight that we have, guys, with the leather, we got to keep fighting for that, right? So, TX Boy says, bro, these pieces are fire. I agree, man. I'm really, really excited for this. Again, it's very surreal, right? It's just surreal to see these figures here. Guys, again, 64 people watching. Consider dropping a like on the stream. I'd very much appreciate it. Pump those likes up for our Star Wars day here. You got to drop the likes. Order 66. We got 66 people watching. Order 66, that like button. I want to jump over to you, Chris, as you're cackling. I'm going to put you on the spot. Chris.
Leah's in here talking about some crusty socks. So.
All right. Well, Chris is talking about being naked and then having crusty socks tonight. So, don't know what to make of that, but maybe it's the Star Wars bringing it out in the air.
I'm high on Star Wars.
It's the Star Wars bringing it out in the air. How you figure joining a membership for an additional month. Thank you so much, Justin. We're going to have Justin on tonight. He couldn't make it, but he's here in spirit. Justin's a good friend of mine. Justin and I feel like we talk like every day at this point. Justin says fire panel and a great time to be a Star Wars fan. And yes, it is, guys. Thank you so much, Justin, for your generosity. And as always, guys, if you would like to join the channel membership, there is a join button on the channel below, and there's a link in the description. And once again, we have a new tier, guys. We have Hotline Heroes and we have Hotline Superheroes. So if you want to be a Hotline Superhero, consider hitting that join button or upgrading what you have currently. Thank you so much, Justin. That is very generous of you. And thank you guys, as always, for your generosity. I very much appreciate you all.
And in recognition of your generosity, okay, when, Connor here gets up to 8,000 subscribers, he'll give you a link to the Hot Toys hotline after hours where you can see what Chris really looks like naked.
See what you've done, Chris? See what you've done? You got Sean all excited
in
now.
his head. I don't know.
Hey, it put a smile on everyone's face right here that I can see.
It did. I can't argue with that. Collector's Entity says, I picked up both and lucky to get the 000 tail. Congrats, my friend. Congrats on that. We're actually going to talk about those figures, and we're going to share everybody's wins and losses of the day. I like doing that. You guys know in the Facebook group. By the way, guys, we're at like 720 members in the Facebook group. It just keeps going up. So, guys, thank you so much for joining that Facebook group. But I always love talking about that, the wins and losses. Those are the lessons of the day, right? Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and that's just how it plays out. So congrats on that.
Hey, Connor, real quick. On this same picture, can you zoom in on the right arm?
Absolutely.
So if you look right there with the material they're using, that's the left arm. So if we go to the right,
yeah,
there you go.
That is the left arm.
Okay,
You're absolutely
right. Look, it already
right.
looks like it's folding over the pleather material they're using.
Looks like Vader.
It's already catching up.
See, I don't know if you guys remember this, but when we first started this stream with some of the original panel members, Connor couldn't figure out how to zoom in. So now he's got that nailed down. He just doesn't know.
That's why I have to ask if he can zoom in.
That's true. That is true. Look, we've come a long way, and now I'm working for the Empire on the Death Star. What do you know? Justin has a question for us. We did start to answer this. We're going through everybody on the panel where we made our way to Chris just now. Justin asks, is everyone on the panel getting Revan, Starkiller? Did I miss it? So we'll answer Starkiller for now. I'm getting Starkiller. I already pre-ordered Starkiller. Guys, we're going to talk about the limited aspect of this. Once we hear the rest of the panel's thoughts, we'll talk about the limited aspect of this. It's not a fully limited figure, but there's a limited aspect if you want the special edition. But I'm picking it up. Mike, did you say whether you were actually going to get this or not? I can't remember if you did or not. I don't know if you cut out before then.
Yeah, I'm getting this one.
So Mike's getting this one. Lane, I think you are not getting this one, correct? You're passing on Starkiller for now.
I haven't decided yet. I have 2 weeks to make up my mind. If I'm going to get it, if I'm going to get it, it's going to be.
He wants that coin, baby. He wants that coin.
Yeah. Well, it's like I figure if there's going to be anything that otherwise Star Wars Hot Toys to come out that might make me not get it, we're going to get it in the next 2 week time frame because it just feels like this is the big Star Wars push, and then we'll get Marvel and stuff with Wolverine, Deadpool, and stuff like that down the road.
Yeah,
in like June, July. So
very true, very true.
So, are we certain that that's an unlimited number until 2 weeks, or is it a limited number 2 weeks, whichever comes first?
So it's a timer. So Sideshow's been doing that a lot lately, like across the Spider-Verse. They did that with all of the limited versions of those, the special editions. They cut it off after 13 days, and it's no longer available. Of course, you could jump on the wait list, and people have got conversions from those. Mm-hmm. They did it also with the 1973 Wolverine. They did it with Mighty Thor. Kenobi. Exclusive Kenobi, all those. Right. So you can still get waitlist conversions, but they are done in terms of pre-orders, at least in the U.S. from Sideshow at that point. Mm-hmm. Kumar says, hello, everyone. What's up, Kumar? It's so great to see it. I love the profile picture, by the way. The best Hot Toys figure ever made. Kumar says, hello, everyone. Hope all the guys in the panel and the chat are doing great. Awesome to manage to catch you guys live. Kumar, one of my oldest subscribers. It's so great to see you always. Whenever I see you pop up, you always take the most amazing photos and always say the most nice things to everybody here. So thank you so much for being here, my friend. I want to jump over to Chris, though, because Chris, I haven't heard your thoughts on Starkiller. Chris, I don't know if you've ever played these games. I don't think we've ever actually talked about it. What are your thoughts on Starkiller? Are you picking this one up? Do you have any interest in this one whatsoever? And what are your thoughts on seeing a figure like this and the potential this may have for future announcements from Hot Toys?
As far as potential goes, like, I'm really excited for what they have to offer going forward, just because, like, I mean, this was so out there and they actually grabbed it. Like, the fact we kept talking about it and wanted it. Now, granted, this isn't the version that a lot of people wanted or thought of when you think of Starkiller. And I didn't even know this version existed. I just recognized the name. I never played wherever he's from. So I think seeing this version, though, weirdly, I kind of find it more menacing. And maybe that's just the dark side aspect, but it's like the idea of not knowing who's behind the mask either. Like, it looks really, really good.
Yeah.
As far as me picking it up, I won't be. But I think I'm on board with Mike as far as, like, because I know we were talking about it last night when it was launching. Like, I get hyped just as he said when everybody else did. Like, seeing how excited people got and knowing how much people wanted this, I was really, really happy for those people who are now able to have something like this. And then making it an exclusive on top of it, adding, like, it's a coin, but hey, it's from Hot Toys. Like, it just adds, all that cool factor back into it. And I think it'll be a really, really nice piece on the shelf for sure.
Yeah, and it's cool too. A lot of people were like speculating and hoping that they wouldn't make these like limited, so you had to go for a queue system or a lottery. I'm glad they didn't go that route. These are such beloved characters. I'm glad everybody has a shot at it, and I'm also glad that we get an exclusive version in the U.S. because, as you guys can see, we have two exclusive versions from Hot Toys. There's an event exclusive, so if you're lucky enough to live where these events are going on overseas, you could purchase this directly at the event. You could pre-order this directly at the event, I believe, and you get this coin included with yours, this specific red coin. They've done this for all of them, by the way. Everyone that includes a coin, you can get this exclusive event coin. Or if you're like us and you live in the U.S., or at least everybody on the panel here, you can get this gold coin. For me, guys, you guys know I love these exclusive editions. I'm not going to go chasing after the red coin. I actually like the gold coin a little better because I just think it looks like more like a real gold, like a gold
I
coin,
agree.
quote unquote. But the red coin's still really cool. But for me, I'm very happy to get the one from Sideshow. And again, guys, there currently is a timer assigned to this. You have, I think, just under 13 days, or maybe about 13 days now to pre-order it. So there is a timer assigned to it. So if you want the coin, keep an eye on that. Run it down to the wire if you have to work out the money for your pre-order deposit. But just know, if you want the coin, you do have a timer. If not, you may have 4, 6 months, who knows, So, but those are your special editions that are available currently, either if you're attending the event or if you're getting it directly from Sideshow. Let's see. Rusty Bronco says, I got both the Trooper and 000, talking about the other figures that went up. Had the opportunity to get Chrome Rex, talking about Cody, but passed, just too much. And that's fair. I feel like that's one that a lot of people are going to pass on, and we're going to talk about that. But thank you so much for being here, Rusty. As always great to see you. And Daniel B is in the house. What's up, Daniel? Daniel says, I'm more of a Starkiller fan, but Revan looks way more flexible. Solution, get both. Yeah, guys, again, drop your votes in the poll. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. I haven't checked it out yet, and I will try to remember. And Chris, you're my poll reminder. Try to remind me to close the poll once we close up our conversation about Star-Lord and Revan. But guys, vote in that poll. I'm really curious to hear your guys' thoughts. X-Man Supreme says the Force Unleashed for me is the strongest Star Wars game open. Yeah, I mean, really good character building, some really like off the cuff stories, like evil Luke Skywalker and stuff. There's a lot of crazy stuff that happens in those games, non-canon stuff obviously, but just some really fun times on those games for sure. And Star-Lord just becomes just absolutely OP, and it's just such a fun game. But Sean, moving on to you before we move on from Starkiller and move on to Revan. Sean, what are your thoughts on Starkiller? How exciting is it that we get a figure like this, especially with the Legends tag? And are you picking this one up, Sean?
So I am picking it up. When I first heard about Starkiller, I was thinking more of the Force Unleashed with the Sam Witwer head sculpt. However, it's cool. I'm glad we have a chance for the coin with Sideshow too, because I didn't think we were going to get it.
Yeah.
When I first saw the pictures, the details look really good. Pleather, yeah. The comma looks like it might be wired, but it doesn't say it in the details at all.
Let's see. Oh, that certainly does look wired. I would agree with that.
Yeah. So I think that's a good idea for there.
And Sean, it does have that seam there where they could hide the wire, so it
Exactly.
may actually be wired. That's a good point.
I like the weathering and all the scrapes and the tears and the dents on the armor.
Yeah.
So hey, they've done that before though. Sorry to cut you off, Sean. If you remember with Dooku, his cape's not wired.
Chris is right too. They certainly have done that, but again, Chris, to me, you could see that seam there. It's just, I will leave it up to this. Since it doesn't mention it, it is a possibility there could be wiring there because it has that little seam on the inside there. That's all I'll say. If it's not wired, don't get mad at us, guys. But
I was just saying it looks like it could be.
I do see what Sean is saying. I do totally see what he's saying.
The back of him, though, looks really interesting.
Oh, yeah. We have a shot of that, actually. And by the way, guys, Starkiller is basically like in a way like Vader when he's in this Sith Stalker outfit. He's basically like being tortured while he's in the suit. Essentially, he's struggling to breathe and things like that. So you can kind of see that kind of that evil, sinister design here. Especially, Sean's bringing up the back of the figure here.
Is that like a Sith Padawan braid or something?
I honestly, I don't want to pretend like I know the lore behind that braid there. I honestly don't remember. That's not a detail that I picked up on when I played the games. If somebody knows in the chat, please share it with us, because that's a very good question. Austin Nicholas is in the house. He says, Christian Crosshair. Yeah, Christian, we're just going to start calling you Crosshair. That's your new nickname. I would take it,
Yeah.
What's up, Austin?
So I don't know the full legend on this either. So with the lightsabers, whose are they?
I think.
Does anyone know like who they belong to?
I saw a post on it earlier. I'll try to find it. Because somebody did list it all out. I was pretty impressed with that.
Yeah, there's a whole like story behind it. I don't want to misquote it, so if we can pull that up, I'll definitely be glad to share it. Kristen's
I think
lab.
one is Shock Tees. It's an interesting list.
There you go, Mike. It attaches to one of the Avatar beasts. That's what Justin says.
That's
USB hot. Avatar. That's so hot. It'll plug into a tree. All right.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So that's how he communicates in the Avatar world. Justin also asked, am I wrong in thinking May 4th announcements will be the Phantom Menace 25th announcements, like they will be one and the same? It could be. We're going to talk about that for sure. That's kind of one of my questions that I have pulled up. Justin, you're thinking ahead, my friend. I like that. I have a question about May the 4th.
That's what it was for Clone Wars last year. It was 2 Clone Wars figures, right?
Yeah. So last year we got Commander Fox. Not Phase 2, unfortunately, and we got the Emperor, the Darth Sidious. So
yeah. So maybe this year we'll get Commander Fox Phase 2 and Chancellor Palpatine.
Right. You never know. OG fan with the gifted Hot Toys Hotline membership. Thank you so much, OG fan, once again for your generosity. It looks like Austin Nicholas. Austin, right place, right time, my friend. You know, Austin's such a nice guy, and it all comes back around, right? So, Austin, congrats, my friend, and OG. Thank you so much, as always, for being such a kind soul. I feel like every stream you gift a membership, so OG, thank you so much, for my friend. And guys, once again, if you'd like to become a Hotline hero, or now we have a new tier, Hotline Superhero, the join button is in the description. And also, guys, 74 people watching, a big thank you to you guys. Thank you so much, everybody, for the amazing support. Consider dropping a like on the stream. We got to get those numbers up, guys. Love to see those likes from you all. But thank you so much, guys, for being here. I very much appreciate it. But once again, congrats, Austin, and thank you so much, OG, for the generosity, as always, my friend. But yeah, Sean, did you finish what you were saying? I don't know if you finished what you were saying. I know we had a question about, Adam asked, Sean, maybe you can answer this. Are these claws adamantium? Maybe Starkiller in Deadpool and Wolverine? Probably not.
However, I mean, that trailer is awesome, by the way.
Oh yeah, guys.
The one from last night. I've had that song stuck in my head from Madonna.
I know. Talk about hype, dude. I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited. Look, Austin, I know your twin is here, and you have to drop the Jim Bob the Brown Knob emojis just for him. I don't even know if he's paying attention. He looks like he's like off in his own universe. Chris, are you there? Ching, 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 ching. Oh, he's here. We just woke him up. But guys, yeah, Starkiller is really exciting. Peyton, thank you so much. And I saw some other people dropping links to Sideshow as well. Some of our great moderators. Thank you so much, guys. If you'd like to pre-order, available at Off the Racks or from Sideshow if you would like to get that commemorative coin. Again, you have 13 days to pre-order that version. Guys, I know a lot of you are really chomping at the bits to talk about this next. We're going to move on from the Lord Starkiller. What an awesome announcement. But we have something that I think most would agree is even more awesome than Lord Starkiller, guys, with 76 people watching. We're talking about Darth Revan, guys. Holy crap, when we talk about like the caliber of announcements, right? You got your Return of the Jedi Stormtrooper, and that's cool. A lot of people want that. That's awesome. I'm glad people have the opportunity to get that. But if we're looking at everything from this week, if I had to give the gold star, like we're back in elementary school, I'm giving the gold star to one announcement. I'm giving it to Darth Revan, guys. Darth Revan is the character that transcends beyond many characters in the Star Wars universe. He's never been seen on screen in an official Skywalker saga film, but he has this much weight to the point where people are crying out, where's our Darth Revan? Where's our Jedi Revan? We've seen Darth Revan as a gray Jedi. We've seen him as a Jedi. We've seen him as a Sith, as he is portrayed here. What an exciting announcement, guys. If you've played the Knights of the Old Republic games like I and many other people have, if you've played Star Wars The Old Republic online where you get to see some more from Darth Revan, you get to see him with his helmet off, what an exciting announcement. I've seen some people comment on, maybe the visor is too thick or it's not quite slim enough. When I looked at photos of the different portrayals of Darth Revan, he does look kind of closer to that Star Wars The Old Republic online look, in my opinion. But with that being said, guys, for me personally, I think he looks absolutely incredible. And this is I can't really stress enough, this is such an exciting announcement. Guys in the chat, who's getting Darth Revan? I need to hear it because I'm just so hyped for it. Who's getting Darth Revan? You don't see a lot of Star Wars characters, Force wielders to be specific, with purple lightsabers, guys. So these don't come around very often. This is our second figure from Hot Toys with a purple lightsaber. The first one being Lord Mace Windu that we've been waiting on. This is really exciting, guys. 2024, guys. Mace Windu. Woo!
2025.
But anyways, I think he looks great, guys. I love that kind of like copper patinaed look on the armor. I love the different details. The cloak looks nice and heavy. It looks like a nice material. You know, Mike, we talked about this recently. I forgot what character it was, and we're like, I hope the hood lays that well. I think it might have been Sidious. We were talking about the Darth Sidious. The hood lays really nicely over that helmet. I think it looks great, guys. I'm really, really excited for this one. This one, you know, you talk about a day one pre-order. It's like I was chomping at the bits waiting for this to go up. And something we didn't mention with Starkiller, guys, I'm going to mention it now. This was very interesting from Sideshow. It's like they had these releases timed, like the middle of the night when Hot Toys announced this stuff. All these pre-orders were going live. So, you know, we were all pre-ordering these at like 1, 2 a.m. whenever they went up. And I thought that was really cool. I don't know if maybe Sideshow had some people stay late that night and said, hey, you know, we're going to capitalize on this hype rate when it goes up. But, you know, shout out to Sideshow for getting these pre-orders up like in the middle of the night and kind of capitalizing on that hype. I thought that was smart. I can't really hate the game there, right? So, but guys, price point on this one, $270. He doesn't come with that much. There's no head sculpt, but I didn't expect a head sculpt. You know, generally speaking, most people are going to want to display him with the mask anyway. I know a lot of people, and I saw a lot of people saying it, oh, I'm going to buy two, and I'm going to get a John Wick head sculpt or something, or any Keanu head sculpt and throw it on here. That's going to be really cool. I know that's like the fan casting of the century when it comes to Star Wars. But guys, this is just beyond cool. Like, I can't stress how cool this is. It's like the coolest time ever to be a Star Wars Hot Toys collector. Like, this is just, you know, and again, shout out to Lane. Lane might be an ancient Sith Lord of the Old Republic.
He makes it happen, yeah.
Because he said it, and I was like, Lane, I don't know about that. And Lane was like, I don't know. And here we are. So, Lane, you know, thank you for being an ancient Sith Lord. Maybe he's Darth Nihilus, and he's just hiding behind a mask. I don't know, but... yeah, man, this is just beyond exciting. I know I'm totally nerding out on this. I'm going to pass it over to someone else, but guys,
nerd time.
It is nerd time, but guys, absolute yes for Darth Revan. I pre-ordered him already. I got the coin, got my gold coin coming. Just super exciting, guys. I could not be more excited for this one. And Hot Toys, you know, please continue to do stuff like this. Use that Legends tag. Use my knowledge, I beg you. Like, please just use the Legends tag for more
Mara
stuff.
Jade.
Yeah. Mara Jade would be great. Oh, my God. So as far as a Legends tag, though, is that just in the text or on the bottom of this? Do we have a logo?
So there's no actual logo. So the logo branding that they're actually using, and, you know, you can see it right here. They have the VGM Masterpiece series. You know, that's the, and that makes sense to me because, you know, they wouldn't necessarily make like a Legends line, I don't think. But
they are using it here, which is good.
Right. It's exciting to see, right? And then, you know, it looks like we have split cut boots here. Huge plus. You know, Chris, it's funny. Chris, when I was trying to explain to him what split cut boots were, and he wasn't like picturing it in his head. And when he got, I think it was Reva maybe that you got in, and you're like, oh, dude, like I see what you're talking about with the split cut boots. Like, this is incredible, and it really is. It makes all the difference, guys, when you can add that much.
All, pal. I know what a split cut boot is.
He didn't know what I was talking about, guys. Don't let him pretend.
I said I hate split cut boots, but for her, they did it really well.
I don't remember that conversation. Maybe he's right, maybe he's not. Either way, guys, split cut boots are awesome. Chris is wrong if he did say that. Split cut boots are amazing.
Maybe that was Baby Chris.
It could have been Baby Chris. It could have been Baby Chris.
Does anybody recognize the name Juno from Starkiller?
Juno? No.
Right.
But I don't know.
Dude, I've been going all over these forums in here, and like everybody's either saying that braided thing is either like.
Isn't that his love interest, Juno? Isn't that her name? I'm pretty sure that's her name.
It could be. It says a lock of Juno's hair, or people are saying like a bounty hunter thing.
That is her love interest. His love interest. It is Juno. Yeah,
okay.
that is her. I thought that's what it's like. That blonde girl.
So that's what that is.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
good
then
fun.
the lightsabers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like what ones are around his belt or something?
Yeah. I was
this
just trying to look
person's saying Vader's, half of Maul's, Kodas, and then there's an Apprentice Saber, new Stalker Saber, one unidentified, and then there's a possible one that belongs to Shock T.
So he's basically General Grievous. Yeah, because I don't want to spoil it for Mike. I won't ruin it, but you'll see why he has Shock T. That makes sense. And then, Ram Koda is like the one that's trying to keep him from teetering to the dark side the whole game, the whole first game. So,
well, Shock T's my girl, man. So, that makes me want to get this even more.
Yeah, there's going to be some surprising stuff when it comes to Shock T.
All right. Dude, if you replace these lightsabers with swords, this looks like an Assassin's Creed character.
I know, right? Like,
I mean that like a really a cool way. I mean, I think those designs are great.
It's the hood, dude. It's that
the hood and the way he's got like the metal circle in the center, where the cloak kind of resolves there and goes back out again, like the comma, I guess. I love the design. I'll just go quick because I do have to leave soon. But everything I said about Starkiller times like 100 for this figure. Because as cool as he is, like Revan's even cooler looking.
Right.
I think. But I'm super excited for this one.
Yeah, dude, it's a special piece. It really is, and I think a lot of people are going to be pre-ordering this one. I think Hot Toys is going to make their money and then some on this one. I think, again, it's going to be also people who don't necessarily know too much about the character, but they're like going to explore these games and maybe explore the character more, and in turn end up pre-ordering this figure. And it makes sense. It's a huge release. So, and
in turn convincing Disney to go ahead and give us a live-action version with Keanu Reeves, because we know they listen to fan castings. That's how we got Ahsoka, right? That's how we got
Rosario Dawson.
So.
Yeah, so it can happen for sure. Mike, I guess you got to head out now. Thank you so much for being here. Sorry that you had to dip out early, but we appreciate you, and I'm glad you're able to at least talk about Revan and Starkiller at the beginning of the stream. So
yeah, me too. But I'm gonna try to jump in the car ride, so maybe just on audio.
Good.
That's cool with you guys.
Sounds good. That's cool with us. I think we all appreciate that. But hopefully we'll see you soon.
Thanks, boys.
All right, buddies.
Bye.
Make good choices.
Never.
While driving. Austin Nicholas says, I've done my job as a friend and a fan. The video is liked. Thank you so much, Austin. I very much appreciate that, my friend. That's Chris shocking you with Force Lightning. Guys, 75 people watching. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. TX Boy says, man, I don't know. Both Starkiller and Revan have tried the line between light and dark. To me, they're on even fields as far as popularity and power, but stoked either way. That's fair. It's really a kind of our inner fandom coming out. We're all going to have one side of the coin, or maybe both if you're a fan of both. Like I said, I'm personally getting both, but I totally get what you're saying. Brandon is here. Brandon Altman says, yeah, dude, it's going to be an expensive month. Absolutely. But happy to see some sick drops. I agree. Again, two very surprising drops with Revan and Starkiller. You really cannot go wrong with these two. Let's see. X-Man says, I wonder how many people are going to mod this guy to make Revan the white before Hot Toys does a light side line. Yeah, that'll be interesting. I mean, it's basically just kind of this reversed in a way, right? It's kind of that like cream-colored white and tan that make up that dark side, or excuse me, that light side Revan, and then he's got mostly like brown parts on the armor. So I could see people doing it. There's a lot of incredibly talented customizers, and I would love to see it. And if Hot Toys did that, I'd be all for it. And by the way, while I'm saying that, I actually have a light side Revan vintage collection figure right here so you can see what I'm talking about. Let me pull it up real quick so you guys can see what he's talking about. There you go. There's your light side Revan. See, it's got like that cream white and the brown breastplate and everything. Definitely would be really cool to see that from Hot Toys. Let's see. Kumar says, I have the XM Revan statue at home. Surprised on how many people say it's an Arius from Diablo. Not sure why, since they really look different. People often do that, right? They like draw their comparisons with things that we may not agree with, but yeah. Chris, I'm going to jump over to you. I've been talking too much, Chris. What are your thoughts on Darth Revan? And are you kind of in the same boat on this one as Starkiller? Are you going to be passing on this one, or does this one maybe intrigue you a little bit more?
That's what I was kind of leading to. It's so weird. So I think my ultimate decision is I won't get him, but I'm not going to lie to you. This guy looks sick. Like, he looks way better to me than Starkiller does. And for some reason, I don't know what draws me to him because I don't even know a lot about him. But I think I mentioned this to you because we were talking about lightsabers before. When Black Series or whatever first announced that they were doing like removable blades as set, and you could do the tip drag and clashing effects. Like his lightsabers was one of the first, and you can interchange between the purple and the red. I almost picked it up, kind of sad I didn't, because it's a sick looking hilt. It was the one on the right there, but I don't know, man. This guy just has a presence. Like, I think he's gonna absolutely destroy like shelves and just being around other characters. So I don't know. I'm on the fence. I still have time, but a piece of me, you know how I am with this stuff. I'm just like, I don't know if he'd fit. So,
but it is Revan. He could fit. He could.
I'm gonna leave it in the air, but he is really impressive, and I'm digging the vibes coming from him.
Yeah, and this picture, dude, I mean, you can't really go wrong. How badass is this picture? That like signature pose with the two sabers pointing up, just it looks so good.
I mean, and it's so crazy for somebody not showing up, like in a lot of things. There's a lot of hype around this guy.
Right, that's what I was saying. There's so much weight right behind this character. Like someone that's never been on screen officially, you know. Everybody's really excited about this character.
Really, just since it's your character, so it's also makes it a little cool. Now he's been canonized as a male and everything like that in like Star Wars: The Old Republic and everything, so that he's canonically a guy.
There's some people who know a lot more about this guy than probably the original 6.
Oh yeah, with people who read the books and are really into the games and have played them many times. Like absolutely, there's some serious. And guys, 80 people watching. You guys are the absolute best. Showing that hype for Darth Revan. I appreciate you guys all being in here. And don't worry, guys. I see your comments. We're definitely going to read some comments. So Chris, we're leaving it at you're on the fence, but you are considering this one more so than Starkiller because it's Darth Revan, right?
Correct. Yeah, it's a name thing, first name basis.
That's fair. That's fair to say. Let's see. Justin has a question. Justin says, is this hood attached to the helmet? Does it come off? Wanted to see what it looked like without it. I would venture to say it probably is removable. Hot Toys doesn't really keep the hood attached too often. Like I feel like they give us that option, even with like the Rise of Skywalker Kylo Ren. Or excuse me, I'm saying Rise of Skywalker. The Force Awakens Kylo Ren.
Force Awakens.
That hood is really tight on his helmet, but you can pull it off. So I would venture to say, without actually knowing anything factually, I would say it's probably removable. If I had to guess.
Palpatine's too.
Yeah, Palpatine's is removable as well.
You don't want to, but
yeah, he's just too creepy without it.
Yeah.
Yem is here. Yem, sorry, I don't want to like mispronounce your name. I'm gonna call you Yem. Yem asks, how about the Knights of Ren, the ones in the comics? Dude, I might have been the only one praying for the Knights of Ren figures. I really was hoping to see at least a couple of them to go with my Kylo, but it didn't happen. I'm not upset about it, but it would have been really cool for sure. Stevie Weeby is in the house. What's up, Stevie Weeby? Stevie Weeby says, Revan looks cool, but I know nothing about it. Knockoff dual-wielding space Freddy Krueger. The largest pass to my Star Wars Hot Toys life. Congrats to all those who hit the Hot Toys 1/6 jackpot. Well, I think you could. I'm glad that you could at least agree that it's definitely a big group of announcements for a lot of people. But Lane, moving on to you, Lane. Like I said, you kind of spoke this guy into existence a little bit. You mentioned previously we were talking about potentials for the Dark Side line that you would love to see a Darth Revan, and well, Lane, here you are with your Darth Revan. So I think we already know your answer as to whether you're picking it up or not. But feel free to share that with everybody in the chat, and then also share your thoughts.
It was pre-ordered at 6:55 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, so you almost beat me, Lane. It was like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. for me, and I'm like this, like one eye.
Well, I was asleep. What? So I was asleep during that. So I woke up and then it's
artificial intelligence that pre-ordered it for you.
I saw Revan and was just like, oh, is this available? I looked on the sideshow and went, okay, and then bought it.
Done deal, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This was like, yep, okay, I'm getting this. But I had a $20 coupon had just come up back on the 20th, so I applied that and some points, got like $45-50 off of them. So I was like, $270 price point, yeah, man, let's do it. I'm super happy with this figure. It looks great. Hey, at some point, if they want to do like Rise of the Light Side, they can just do Jedi Knight Revan and just reuse all this,
right?
And make it white.
Squeeze it in there, we'll take it.
Then boom.
Hey, can we shout out these prices too?
Yeah, $270. for this one, 270 for the Star Killer as well.
And then just since the Ahsoka line, even with head sculpt, they've been keeping them, between, except for I think Ahsoka's the only one that was like $300. So
yeah, the Star Wars line is like the only line right now that's not getting hammered with these crazy prices. And like even the 000, why was he 285 and C-3PO was 330?
Freaking C-3PO.
But C-3PO comes. I think he comes. This guy comes with more. C-3PO comes with more. He's die cat. That's crazy. But
well, the thing is, though, too, is anything from original trilogy or anything that
the licensing cost for sure.
They have to pay Lucas like so much money. So that's probably why there's a huge price difference between the two.
Yeah, it's crazy though. 285 is a very good price for that 000.
Yeah,
it was a very good price.
Diecast, Salacious, OT.
Yeah.
But still. But it's even still less than the Attack of the Clones.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the Attack of the Clones, like it came in cheaper than that one. I was very surprised.
Yeah.
But
I thought it was going to be 300. But
I did too.
This Revan, I just think has been like, hey man, I don't know what the hell he's going to go with, but it will
make it work, right?
Yeah, I'm picking him up, and as we were talking about with Starkiller a little bit earlier, both his lightsabers light up. And he's still the same price, 270.
Yeah.
So that is the one thing where I said, maybe without the USB, Starkiller should have been a little bit less, maybe 265 or something. But hey, OG fan
says, I have only heard of these guys through the community, but they would look great flanking Vader, in my opinion.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Total Sith Lord line with like the Emperor and these guys, Count Dooku.
It's like that classic. Have you guys ever downloaded that desktop background that has all the Sith Lords on it? It's got Dooku, it's got Vader, it's got Revan. Yeah. Come on now, it's too good. It's too good not to do.
This is because the only other Revan like item that there's been, other than Black Series, like larger scale, has been that XM statue, and that that's like a $1,100-$1,200 commitment, and that's been sold out for years. So this is like, instead of getting like, we've seen some pretty, I'm sure some of the customs are better than this we've seen, but that's a much more expensive figure. I really don't know what you could really ask for more. Now, would it make me wish they were just doing all the Coder characters? Like, give me Zalbar the Wookiee, give me Mission Veho, give me Canderous Ordo.
Bastila,
Bastila, or at least Bastila. Yeah,
there'd be a lot of cool stuff, yeah.
I've had a couple persons said Darth Malik. Honestly, I would say from Coder, like that series of games, this guy, seen him,
Congrats, Christian! You're in for a ride if you haven't played it. You're in for an absolute
I remember playing the original Coder on the original Xbox.
Yeah,
that ran
with
like
the fat controller.
That ran like trash.
It ran like trash.
It ran like trash. Then I played it on the PC and it ran much better.
So Knights of the Old Republic are on Xbox.
The original, maybe the original version. On
they were on 360 as well. They were on 360. I remember they had like the like the greatest
backwards
hits.
compatibility.
Yeah.
They had Switch got remastered.
It's a turn-based game, by the way, guys. So keep that in mind. But it's so worth it. It's so worth it.
Yeah. 2 though, you need to get the fan mod thing because the game is still even.
That's the real swoop bike from KOTOR. You want to talk about swoop bikes? That's the real swoop bike race.
Yeah. This is
Christian said he got it on his Xbox Series X. There you go. But it's an original Xbox version.
Yeah, this is
Mace Windu's lightsaber USB powered?
I don't think so. I think he was before that. He doesn't even have purse. He didn't even have purse. Mace Windu got done dirty.
That. Dude, that's gonna see. You're gonna have like. I was gonna say, now you won't have like if you're getting him and this. You're gonna have 2 purple lightsabers in the collection, but like his doesn't even light up. Dude, that's a bummer. Did Attack of the Clones Anakin get it? I don't remember that either.
No,
I don't think so.
None of the Attack of the Clones stuff got it.
That's just before they started doing it.
Yeah, I think they all missed the cutoff. Yeah, that's all right. That Attack of the Clones Anakin's going to be so sick. We'll let it see.
And you got to remember too.
I was just hoping to light them up,
Back when we were first talking about this stuff in 2022, and we were doing the campaign for Mace Windu 2025 for, Revenge of the Sith 25th anniversary, right?
President Sean.
Or 20th anniversary. That was before Hot Toys, Howard was like, I didn't get my ass in gear and get these things lit up for everyone without these tiki little batteries going around. Where people in Australia, because they're south of the equator, for some reason those children pop them like little pills, and we just don't know why.
Where is this going?
Well, where this is going is simple. Other than Ryan Reynolds having a huge fetish for Hugh Jackman, the second contender for it is Howard Chan.
This stream is getting so far away.
I thought he had a big fetish for Keanu Reeves, but
it is for all of them.
I'm gonna read this comment from Logan. Logan says, "As a massive Knights of the Old Republic fan, it crushes me a little saying many people aren't very familiar with Revan. Just shows how long it's been since those games came out." And Logan,
years.
Logan, I was mentioning earlier, those eventual remakes will probably breathe a lot of new life.
We'll see if they ever get made. Let's wait.
As of right now, they're still on board, so we'll see. We'll see what
it
happens.
does make me wonder if this was maybe in development because they thought the remake was both, because originally they were saying now whatever delusion somebody had that they would have been out like last year or this year. I wouldn't have been surprised if because this could be based more off maybe his like from the trailer, the one short thing, the remake version of him. Or updated assets that they use like in the SWTOR MMO and stuff that's come out in the last at least 10 years.
Yeah, this does seem closer. At least this look for
the mask,
like I said,
stuff and everything.
The mask and everything looks closer to the Star Wars: The Old Republic online game. If you look at like the width of the lens and stuff, which is cool with me. Like I said, we're gonna take it because it's Darth Revan and it looks pretty good overall. So I'm happy.
I think that for giving us a really interesting take on the dark side and stuff, like this guy is like a brilliant centerpiece because he's not super. It's not we're just getting Darth Vader, Darth Maul, like those kind of guys.
Right, repeats.
Yeah, Revan is a guy, at least from people who are going to be really interested in this dark side line. You're probably aiming for a hardcore audience. People are going to know what this guy looks like. They may not play the games or know, but they're going to. Oh, dude, that's a guy with the mask, like Revan or Darth Revan. Like Star Wars fans are going to know who this guy is. So he's not super well known, but he is well known probably enough by an audience who buys Hot Toys or who this whole specific dark side initiative is probably aimed at. So he is like kind of the center. Now, we might get some other stuff yet. We don't know yet. I assume we're probably mostly done. Because 6 releases feels
at least for now. I think that's probably. I mean, the event's going on for a while, so who knows?
But we got episode 1, so it makes me wonder how much. I think we're going to get a couple episode 1s. We're like a week from Friday or something, and the remake. The 25th showing start. So
we'll be there too. Me and Chris will be there. I'm excited to see.
I'm interested to see if they put like. We'll talk about the Stormtrooper, which is kind of like a 2.0-ish of the old one.
Oh, that's
from A New Hope.
I wouldn't even call that a 2.0. That's Return of the Jedi. Oh, look, Chris thinks he's Darth Revan. Look at him.
Yeah.
Now you have to buy it, Chris. You have no choice.
But I think Revan is like, he's well known enough, but not too well known where it's just like, oh God, we're getting, Maul 3.0 or 4.0 because we've had 4 Mauls. It's something different, but at least a little well known enough by some people where it's not going to be where they should have just done, 500 figures worldwide or something, Yeah,
for sure. I'm going to read this comment here from Dirk Diggler. Dirk Diggler Stunt Double says, it's kind of scary how big this line could be. And yeah, there's a lot of potential. I'm really trying to be patient for Deadpool. That line could be just as big. Yeah, if I had to guess, I think Hot Toys is going to invest a lot in that line because they know like that could be like the last hurrah for Marvel for a while. You never know. So it's a lot of open potential there. So very good point, and great to have you here, Dirk. Zombie is in the house. Zombie says, "What I miss? I overslept." We've talked about Revan and Starkiller. We're just finishing up on Revan here. We got a lot more to talk about, of course, tonight. Digging the backdrop. Oh, this isn't a backdrop, dude. I'm on the Death Star. I was trying to tell Lane that at the beginning of the stream. I got called in for a shift. I'm trying to be quiet. This is one of the least populated hallways, so I'm trying to be quiet. But X-Man Supreme says, this is more like the OG Revan mask than the teaser they made for the Knights of the Republic remake. I have a helmet based on that teaser, and it's very different. Yeah, for sure. And like I said, for me, when I look at like the Star Wars: The Old Republic online MMO game, that mask looks the closest to this one for me. Sean, your final thoughts on Revan, and are you picking this one up before we move on to the next of the 6 announcements from this week?
All right, so I am picking it up. I do like all the appearance and everything else, but honestly, I don't know anything about the character at all.
That's fair. Hey, at least you're honest. That's...
And I do know, I realized too, when we were talking about Starkiller, I call the Kyber crystals diamonds. So
I didn't catch that.
I was just like, I was preoccupied because I was trying to think of all my thoughts, and I was like, what the hell is it called? Just say diamond, and I said diamond. But anyways, but I do like the whole entire display of it with everything that it comes with. I like it. The mixture of colors for the lightsabers is cool too. I think the hood looks great. With anytime during like the video game or anything else that this character's in, does he ever have his hood off?
I mean, you do see him without his hood on. At least I remember in Star Wars: The Old Republic Online, you do see him without the hood on, and you could like customize the character that way. I don't remember Lane. I don't know if you remember off the top of your head if you get to see him without the hood in KOTOR. I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, you were running out. In KOTOR, you could get a set of robes made. Like if you were dark side, like in the
right for your customization
area.
Yeah.
Well, you could get, and it was one of the best Jedi like robe armors. It was either Starforge, which was basically if you were light side, and Revan robes or something like would basically look like Revan's before. Didn't have as much armor look or stuff.
Yeah. So basically, the character itself never took his hood down, but in both games you could customize your character with his armor.
There are mods that you can look like.
Right. Like and again, Star Wars: Old Republic Online, you could buy Revan's armor basically, and you could picture yourself without the hood.
His lightsaber is one of the most expensive lightsabers.
Yeah.
Okay, so his character, does he go from the Sith to becoming a Jedi, or was he a Jedi that turned into the Sith? He was a Jedi
who became a Sith, who became a Jedi again.
Okay.
And
then thank you for clarifying that.
He has to make up his mind, basically. But X-Man said, well, I didn't even notice that you said diamond, and I heard Kyber.
Dude, I'm not going to lie.
I can admit my mistakes.
I heard diamond. I was like, diamond? And
I honestly didn't catch
Kyber, it. But then I was like, I don't know enough about that character. I was like, maybe he does use diamonds, so I didn't say anything.
That sounds like you could do a Star Wars movie with that Rihanna song,
Yeah, shine bright like a diamond.
Yeah, no, it can be bright like Kyber.
Like no matter what you guys are doing, all I have is Madonna's voice in my head right now.
Thanks for the Deadpool trailer. But guys, really quickly, I want to share with you guys before we move on from these two. Once again, another reminder, guys, and moderators in the chat, if you wouldn't mind dropping the links to Sideshow to get these exclusive versions. Guys, if you want the special edition, they are timed. This is an older screenshot. It does say 13 days on here, but it's less than that now. I think it might be like close to 13 days, or just under 13 days.
12 days, something like that.
Here, I got it right here, so let me see what it is.
But either way, guys, these are both timed, so if you would like to get the version with the coin, just the coin version is timed, not the collector edition. That's all you get extra with the time version is that coin. If you want that coin, you have around 13 days.
Weapons,
you have 12 hours, 12 days, 15 hours, 35 minutes, and 32, 31, 30 seconds.
There you go.
There's no extra accessories or stupid hollows or anything.
Just coins.
There's a coin.
Just coins.
No, for actual accessories that matter with the figure, you're going to get the same thing. But you get
the coin matters.
All right, guys, we're closing the poll out. Starkiller, Revan, or both. 7% said only Starkiller. 29% said Revan. Let me see who the fan favorite is there, at least in this chat. 64% said both. So seems like a lot of you guys are really excited for these figures, and you could see the potential to having them both together, so that's absolutely awesome. Guys, moving forward, we're just going to have open discussions. We're not going to go person to person. Guys in the chat, definitely share your thoughts. I'm very curious to hear everybody's thoughts on this new couple comic figures in the Dark Side line from Hot Toys. This is really, really kind of out of left field, right, guys? I mean, this one definitely caught me off guard.
Vader's Assassin droids.
Right, so we got some murder droids here, guys, and even if you haven't read the comics, I have not read the Dr. Aphra comics.
Well, they were also originally in Darth Vader.
Right.
The first Darth Vader series.
And I haven't read any. I'm not a big comic person, but either way, like, even if you haven't read them, I think we can all agree how, like, not only badass, but like unique and menacing both this droid, the BT-1, and the 000 are. Just such a unique paint job. I love that kind of like torched, kind of like chameleon paint look to it. It's got the blaster on its shoulder. It's got the missile salvo here. Just really unique looking.
It does really have the comic feel kind of to these guys though, versus live action with them and all this stuff.
Right. And guys, for those who aren't aware, the 000 is actually up for pre-order now. I think the price point was $220 on him, so actually not bad at all. Excuse me, BT. Yeah, BT. He's $220. There's no die cast on him. There's been some questions about that. There's no mention of die cast at all. Logan actually is asking a question right now that I was just going to actually mention. Logan asked, I heard 000 is limited. Is that true? If so, that's really strange to make one of them limited. Yes, 000.
I just looked. 000 is waitlisted.
Yeah, he went up for pre-order actually earlier today. So
he was a time like exclusive-esque kind of way.
Yeah.
And Mike was able to make it right back when we just started talking about our next topic. So, Mike, welcome back, my friend.
Hey, guys. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we can hear you. Mike's rolling in his car. He's on voice chat with us, so we appreciate you, man.
Thanks for putting up with me. I've been listening in the background. It's been a great conversation. So
yeah,
happy
dude,
to be back.
Absolutely. But yeah, so Logan, 000 actually did already go up for pre-order, and he is waitlisted now through Sideshow. It is unfortunate that Sideshow's not giving people as much of a chance, like, you know, a heads up, because people work, especially people on the West Coast. You have very little warning, especially if you're working and stuff. So it's a bit unfortunate. I guess, you know, while we're looking at this, I'll bring up my question that I have for the chat and the panel, because we're kind of looking at them both at the same time here. It's who scored on today's limited drops through Sideshow, and of course, there's another limited drop we're going to talk about that last I checked was actually still available. But guys, the 000 again is waitlisted. But the BT-1 is actually a regular announcement, so you could still pre-order right now. It's going to be available for the normal time that we see things available. Let me actually move us out of the way.
It doesn't have it. There's no extra stuff or
right. No exclusive tag on it or anything like that.
Time on it, nothing. It was just on there.
But it is concerning, and it is a bit unfortunate that they would that they went this route where they're like, hey, everybody, look at this really cool droid. And hey, here's a little teaser of its companion piece. Have everybody pre-order this, rush to pre-order this, who usually do that, and then surprise, here's the limited counterpart to it that's going to be very difficult for you to get. Because, guys, I went for the drop. I was able to get the 000. It was, like, not super easy, though. Like, it was pretty competitive. I got really lucky. It was, like, my lowest number ever. I was, like, 227 or something in the queue, and I was able to get it. But it wasn't very easy, so I do feel for those that pre-ordered this last night, and I can see some people canceling this out of frustration, and I totally get it, because I feel like that's a little weird that they made the companion piece to it limited. I don't know. I feel like they should have put them both up.
Despite it really feels like, I don't know, the Starkiller should have been the limited in the 30, so that he's a companion piece to this guy. Should have been a regular release, kinda.
I honestly wouldn't have wanted to see them limited either, because everybody wants
I'm just saying in the way how this works, because
right, it's kind of ass backwards. Thing. Yeah,
I'm just saying if Starkiller had been the 2,000 worldwide, come and get it for 2025.
Yeah,
totally would make sense. And then the 30, 000, and BT1.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
But I know why, because they're going to sell more of Starkiller than 000.
Oh, absolutely. And that's that's a very good point. Logan says, "Oof, that's tough for fans of these characters. Thankfully, I wasn't going to pick these up, but congrats to those who did." Yeah, I agree. Guys, I'm going to do another poll actually, because the poll, if I miss your comments, it still gives you guys the opportunity to kind of have a voice in this. So I'm going to start another poll. Who scooped the BT-1? Or 000. That's what we're going to do. Or 000. All right, so we're going to do 000 or both. Sorry, guys, I'm doing this live, so bear with me here. I'm sure you can hear me typing. 000. How many options does it let me add? Okay, I could add 4, so I can say none.
None. Yeah.
I will add none for this one, because this is definitely warranted. All right, guys, so the poll is there. Go ahead and vote in that poll. I'm very curious to see what you guys were able to get. OG fan, 4 months, becoming a Hotline hero for another 4 months. OG fan, once again, my friend, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for the generosity. I really can't thank you enough. You were the kindest person ever. OG fan says, I stumbled in late and scored the ancient Chinese secret. Well, there you go, guys. The ancient Chinese secret is to stumble in late. I heard some other people. I think Sean said he did the same thing for one of the figures. He just went right when it went up, and he was able to get right in. So maybe that is the secret. But OG fan, congrats, my friend. And once again, thank you so much for the 4 months. I very much appreciate that. You really, I can't stress it enough. I appreciate that so much. Red says no one wants the Chrome clone. Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about that one. But
Whoa.
it was surprising to see that one sitting. And it probably, I mean, as we speak, you guys can check. It probably is still sitting. But
it's still sitting. Yeah.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me much at all. Again, guys, with the BT1, I think this is really cool. I love the paint job. I love the two pieces together. I love that kind of like torched look, if that makes sense. That kind of like torched burnt metal look that they have to them. Like Lane said, that like comic-esque look. I think these look great together. And I was mentioning this earlier. I don't know if you guys felt this way either. When I saw the Red Eyes protocol droid, I was like, well, that's kind of my consolation prize since we never got our evil Sith text translator C-3PO from the sequel trilogy that we all wanted. So I think this is cool, man. I welcome these comic book Masterpiece line figures. These are actually the second and the third in the line for Star Wars. Obviously, the first one was Arena Fett. Dr. Aphra was mentioned by name, guys. If we were to somehow get a Dr. Aphra, I know a lot of people would be interested in that one as well. So I welcome it. I don't know about you all, if you guys would pick up a Dr. Aphra. But for me, I would definitely be interested in pairing that with these two. And like X-Man said, give Vader a spanner wrench and have him tinkering with 000 circuits. I mean, why not, right? Why not? Christian Cooper says, I got a chance to pre-order 000 and didn't pull the trigger. I should have got him for leverage for a crosshair. Dude, Christian Cooper, you should be stacking up, man. You got to be stacking up right now for that crosshair, dude. You got to get all those weapons.
Bro, that's like 600, 550 to like $800.
You got to get those tools in your tool belt, man. And Lane Kramer, Lane, you sweetheart, you shouldn't have. Lane gifted us a Hot Toys Hotline membership. And who was the lucky winner?
Stevie Weeby.
Was I saying Star-Lord? Did someone let me? So Sean is calling Kyber Crystals diamonds. And I'm calling Starkiller Star-Lord.
Hey, we've had a rough day, okay?
We've had a rough day. I'm so sorry. Well, West Michigan Collector, thank you for pointing that out. I did not realize I was saying that. I know who Starkiller is, Star-Lord. Don't worry. Don't worry. Stevie Weeby, congrats, and Lane. Thank you so much, my friend. That's very kind of you. Stevie Weeby, the newest gifted channel member of the channel to the Hotline Heroes. Thank you so much, Lane. And congrats, Stevie Weeby. TX Boy says we just need an Imperial mouse droid. I know, dude. Like the Stormtrooper 2-pack, they're keeping that.
Yeah, how can they, after having R4 getting annoyed by those mouse droids in the Mandalorian season 3? Why can't we just get? Why didn't we get one in just that droid pack? That would have been perfect.
What a shame.
You know, if you want to, you can write your congressman. Let him know what's going on about the mouse droids.
Congressman Howie, you think he would answer?
Probably not.
You don't think so? Probably not.
We'd probably have to call him senator, then he might consider it.
That's true.
You know what is really cool so far? We're getting characters that really are dark side characters. I was worried that this line is going to be more of a what if, like dark side, because I know Lego is doing like dark side Chewbacca, dark side. I'm glad that these are actual characters.
That's true, and they're different, right? I mean, granted, yeah, we got some repaints and reissues, whatever, but this is unique. This is different. I've never heard anyone say, "Oh, they're going to do, Dr. Aphra's droid." No one ever said that because this is very unexpected. So this is much better to me than like the Chrome Cody, for example. This is just very unique, and this is Hot Toys thinking outside the box, and I like outside the box. I like to see that. So yeah, I mean, how many of you guys on the panel are actually picking this one or the 000 up, or went for the 000, I should say, because at this point it's sold out.
So when I was looking at the pictures for this, and then I saw the droid, then we found out later that it was going to be a limited thing. I decided not to order this unless I could get 000, but I didn't get 000.
Good call.
So I'm not gonna buy this, and I'm good because I got Commander Cody, got the Stormtrooper, Revan, and Starkiller.
Yeah, not Star Lord, guys. Not Star Lord, who has the crystals. Not that.
But yeah, so now it looks cool and everything else, but if I would have gotten 000, I would have ordered it just to pair them up. But since I didn't get it, I'm not stressing. It's outside of where I collect Star Wars anyways.
Yeah.
But anything regarding the Sith, I'll usually buy.
Anything Star Wars, I'll usually buy. I'm just like Beskar Kid, because Beskar Kid's in the house. Beskar Kid says murder bots. Yeah, that's what I was calling them, murder droids. Yeah, these are badass, man. I'm really excited for this, guys. Big shout out to Beskar Kid as always. Check him out on every single social media platform, Instagram, YouTube, you name it. TikTok, he's on it. Thank you so much, Beskar Kid, for being here. And also, my friend Steve, Evil Steven, I call him, Evil Sneaker, channel member and a good friend. He says, hello, fellow collectors. I was hoping to have Steve on tonight, but he had a prior engagement. But we're going to get him back on soon, guys. May the 4th, he's already promised me. He better not show me up, man. He better not show me up. But, Steve, I'm just joking with you. Steve, it's great to have you here, my friend. I know you're here in spirit. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you being here. And who else we have in the house? Eric is here. What's up, Eric? Eric says, got called in, or did Connor have cover today's pickup? Yeah, I got called in, man. Like I said, duty calls. I'm in the quieter hallway, though, here on the Death Star, so hopefully I don't get caught. We'll see. This is a shitty job anyway, man. I don't care. I don't care at this point. If I get caught, I get caught, Sneaky Steve, that's good. Yeah, Sneaky Steve. I like that.
Hey, do you ever see that comedy skit with Adam Driver where he plays
the radar
undercover boss? Yeah,
the radar technician. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Not
That's a
the
classic.
radar.
Yeah, that's really good. I like that one.
I see what's
Yeah.
inside Tremont. Stupid.
yeah,
what
we're
about
just like,
Kylo Ren?
I don't know if
What do
I
you
feel
think
with
of
that CV Weavy because I want Hot Toys to actually stay in business.
So you're saying you would put them out of business, Lane, if you were the CEO?
Yeah, if I had to try and make the expert decision, that would.
That's true.
I would just say chrome everything, and
That's
then limited edition chromes for the next year.
I'm
Right.
surprised we haven't had a
Love
Neon
that.
Tech Stormtrooper yet.
Neon Tech Vader, maybe. Who knows? Stevie
No,
Weeby, we
are.
got our tickets. Don't you worry. Me and Chris got our tickets. We're ready to go.
Hey, don't forget, you guys should consider this Friday is going to be 45th anniversary for Alien, and that's going to be shown on movie theaters this Friday on the 26th.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, Alien Day, baby. I got my tickets already.
Hold up. Who said boo? Was that you, Chris?
No.
Chris, did you literally just
I was
boo in my face?
definitely
Like,
lame.
boo. Did you just boo in my face at like one of the greatest movies?
How
ever
dare
made?
you?
Dude, that's
I
my
wasn't
favorite
on
movie.
I hear
It was
Kylo Ren has an
DC1.
8-pack. That's like one of the best quotes from that. I hear Kylo Ren.
I don't know. I thought I saw a really good meme, which is supposed to be like Ray the other day, like wearing the glasses. She like takes them off, and it looks like Kylo, and she puts them on, and it looks like the Rancor handler.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Return of the Jedi.
Did you guys know that Edward Scissorhands was in this comic run? No, but
This
guys,
does look cool, though.
this is
very
so cool. This is so cool. And once again, guys, this was a limited drop. So for those of you guys that weren't aware, this did drop earlier today. This one dropped actually 1 p.m. EST. So it is already waitlisted. Obviously, you have opportunities to get it overseas. It actually has not. I was talking with Kaiju Daddy, and he said that his opportunity to be able to pre-order these, I think, is Saturday. He said probably Saturday. So we actually got to pre-order them first. But he told me these are supposed to be instant releases, these limited ones, which doesn't surprise me. They're both technically repaints.
That's why they're like he's like, I think June. to
Valid
September
Fingers
here or
3PO.
something. Just basically some shipping time to be able to get him over here. So
Yeah.
he's supposed to be but that means the other droid isn't coming for like forever.
That's
afterwards,
what
too.
sucks, right? We got to wait a whole like normal pre-order cycle for that one, and then we
Yeah,
got
I
this
know.
guy.
It's like, okay.
Kind of like our Bad Batch figures, Thankfully, we got them a little
Yeah.
bit earlier, but
And this
Who's-
guy doesn't really fit in with anything else you have. You know what I mean?
no. Unless you just throw them in randomly with your
And
dark
you do
side,
gotta-
right, Mike?
And you do,
Yeah.
You do got to be prepared with this guy too. He's gonna be like 3PO. He's probably as close to almost a Hot Toy figure being a statue. that you're gonna
Yeah.
get because there isn't like that much no visibility.
Do you guys feel, for those of you who didn't get this, like I only passed on this and the other one because I'm so deep in the Ahsoka line right now. Like I feel like if that line wasn't going right now, I'd be like, come on, man, I need my fix. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
right.
I'm getting it like with all these other figures, so I was able to pass on these two, even though they are super cool.
Yeah.
Reminded me, I've got 8 Ahsoka figures on pre-order. Ugh.
We're all there. A lot of it for me with these guys, I had rewards pending, I said pending. I had rewards available, so I'm like, why not, right? If I can get it, I can get it. And I have rewards. I actually use like 150 in rewards in this guy, so I got him like relatively cheap. I got him basically half off, so I'm excited about that. I was able to score on this one. Again, I was pretty lucky with this one. And Big Dog Pound, that's what I love the most about these is the color. Like, and this one is just so unique. Like, we joked about, like, Chris said salad fingers and I said Edward Scissorhands, but it is really cool, right? All these little, like, I guess gadgets of torture on his hands. Usually, like, things we see with R2. We have a protocol droid here with all these different little gadgets and everything, his gadgets of torture. So,
and he does have that one which has got like the lightning effect and stuff too attached to it, which is cool.
Only thing I'm curious about with this one, and Connor, obviously, because you got it, you'll have to let me know, is we're used to C-3POs from Hot Toys being die-cast, and this is a plastic one, like Sideshow's one. So
this one is die-cast. This one is die-cast.
I thought we said in the description it doesn't mention.
That's the BT1. This one is die-cast. So this one actually is die-cast, believe it or not.
Okay, well, that's good to know then.
Yeah, so
corrected.
The BT1 is plastic. So that one is fully plastic, which, again, for the price point, $220, I understand. This one, though, again, it came in at a very fair price tag, I think, at $285. I think that's very fair for a die-cast protocol droid, based on what we've seen from C-3PO in the past. So yes, Chris.
Okay, it says contains die-cast material. Yep.
Yeah,
and
so this one actually
is battery. The eyes are lit with batteries too.
I believe so. Yes, I don't think it's USB powered. They, and we're going to talk about another thing that they didn't. Yeah. Because there's another thing that they didn't USB power that makes like no sense to me, and we're going to talk about that very shortly. But we have a couple people joining us. The Gambino, great to see you, my friend. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while.
I don't even see anything that says button cell batteries or. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's battery operated.
Battery operated. I thought so. Gambino, my friend, it's so great to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. So great to have you in here. Always great to see a familiar face. Let's see. Flavio is in here. What's up, my friend? Flavio, I hope you're doing well, bro. Great to see you here, as always. Flavio was possibly going to join us tonight, but he's doing something way more important than us talking about figures here. So, Flavio, congratulations, my friend. And Flavio says, yo, Connor, I love the background. Be careful. Look around every corner. Like I said, dude, at this point, I'm sick of this job. If they catch me, whatever, man. I'm hiding in this corridor. If they catch me, come find me. That's what I say. Stevie Weeby says 2% of the figure will be die-cast as Hot Toys does. Actually, I will say, we'll hit you with the signature that Chris and I do.
Actually.
The C-3PO actually does have a decent amount of die-cast. Not like the Mark V. When I got that one, I was like, are you kidding me? That's it? Or like RoboCop, he doesn't have a lot of die-cast either.
If it's anything like Attack of the Clones and Return of the Jedi, it's a solid.
Yeah, they actually do have a
it's my heaviest die-cast figure.
I was just about to say that, dude. He has lightning.
I love those hands.
Dude, this is too cool, man.
I will just tell you, I would be careful, Connor, because you're saying you don't catch them, you catch them. If they do, you may find your next assignment is going to be on Imperial like outposts on Hoth, where you have to clean the bathrooms each day.
Whatever.
I wish you luck for that.
I like to live on the edge, right, Lane? Yeah.
Hey, how do you defrost a toilet, anyways, in Hoth?
You don't. Food for thought, right?
Good luck for you.
Beskar is saying, who's thinking they're going to milk the hell out of this mold and give us a TC-14? Dude, I hope so. I love the look of TC-14. That shiny silver look is just beautiful.
That
it's so
or
clean.
Opened C-3PO from...
Yeah, like the torn up C-3PO, like the in progress. That would be sick.
No panels on, naked C-3PO.
What is with Chris and the naked stuff tonight, man?
Chris is just... He was like, I don't know, had some claustrophobia of being surrounded by so many boxes to deliver or something today. So
Look, Hot Toys and Star Wars is like my Zanny or Molly, whatever.
Yeah.
Know,
TX
or
Boy's
tequila,
talking about.
it just makes you want to take your clothes off.
TX Boy, I saw those flippin' Cos babies, man. The Savage Oppressed, the General Grievous. They better give me that Savage, man, and that General Grievous. They better in 6 scale. Gambino says, thanks, my friend. I work part-time at Lowe's, and my schedule's all over the place. That's all right. It's great to have you here. It really it is. It's always great to see you. It's nice to be here on my day off. Well, thank you so much for spending part of your day off with us. I hope you had a good day off. Guys, still 64 people watching. You guys are the best. You guys are crazy. Please consider dropping a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel. Guys, I know I've been a little slow on the content on the channel. I was getting over being sick, and I didn't have it in me, but I got a lot of stuff planned. Don't you worry. But guys, I think we're all pretty excited for this one. Those who have picked it up. Again, I do have a poll. Get your votes in because I'm gonna close it very shortly. Anybody else in the panel? Was anybody able to pick this one up? I know Sean said he wasn't. Lane, I know you weren't able to get this one either. We talked about it earlier. Chris, you know, you pass on a lot of this obscure stuff, so I'm sure you didn't go for this one at all. But I'm sure if I asked you, you would have gone for me. I'm sure you would have gone for me if I asked.
You're still holding on.
You're still holding on. Mike, you didn't pick this one up, did you?
No, I skipped on both of these.
Oh, that's right. You did say. Sorry, you got your answer. And you did say the Ahsoka line. Yeah, you know, Ahsoka line. They're hanging us dry with that one. We're all getting bled dry on that one. But guys, we're gonna move on. I want to move on next to another limited release that we got today, and that's one that I think a lot of people had a lot of things to say. So, guys, I want you to be as honest as possible about this one. Don't hold back. I'm giving you permission. Don't be mean, but don't hold back. Guys, I want to hear everybody's honest thoughts on this Chrome Commander Cody, because so guys, I did pick this one up.
I'm playing Monopoly at this point.
All right, guys, I know. I did pick this one up, guys, but I got to be honest with you, like, come on. Like, I get it. It was an easy, like, cash grab.
The line with the other ones, like, you should get this one.
So, like, my justification was, like, yeah, I had some rewards, but also I have the Chrome clone. But also, like, at the same time, my concern is the finish on that Chrome clone was terrible. Like, the metallic Chrome Stormtrooper, perfectly fine. Beautiful finish. The finish on this one, I think I went through 3 of them from Sideshow and still wasn't happy. But at that point, I just settled. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to keep making Sideshow go back and forth with these. I'll just take what I can get. There was bubbles in the finish. My first one was literally missing paint on the leg armor and stuff. So, like, this one, I'm very concerned about the paint job. It's possible that they learned their lesson from that and we'll see a bit better of a finish this time around, but I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm not going to hold my breath because, yeah, the chrome finish was really, like, hit or miss. And some people got perfect ones. It was like a lottery type. It's kind of like, you know, Sean, we talked about the Batman Begins Batman.
You're never going to let that Batman go.
No, I can't. It's one of a kind. Like the only one.
Well, I actually, you know, they did fix it in the following batch, so that's a good thing. I did get a matte one, Sean. I ordered mine many, many months later after you. And I do have one in my collection with a matte. And I know, Mike, yours is matte as well, because I know you had a shiny one that showed up for your Batman Begins Batman, and then you got a matte one. So I guess the patience paid off for us there, Mike. Let's see.
Oh, dude, I went through some problems, some tribulations.
I know you had, and that was a very important one for you because you were interested in getting, like, all the custom cow head sculpt and everything, and the custom capes and stuff. So it was a very important one for you. So it's going to be interesting about this Cody.
Dude, if somebody's willing to be ballsy, you could just repaint this. If they really want.
That's a really good point. If you weren't able to get the Commander Cody, you do have all the parts here. If you're really talented, you could pull out that airbrush and make this a regular Commander Cody. Someone's gonna do it. Someone's got to. Maybe Riley Lowe, the ever talented Riley Lowe. Maybe he'll do that if people ask him to do it. But yeah, this is really an interesting announcement from Hot Toys. The good thing is, I will say the one good thing, they did include the Phase 1 and Phase 2 helmet, so we didn't get hit with the Commander Fox situation. Again, for me, guys, I did pick this one up, but only because, again, I'll go back to that photo. I do have the Chrome clone, and you can't deny.
Because he picks up everything.
Not everything.
It's everything.
You can't deny that together they do look really nice. And we finally have a companion piece because I kind of felt like my Chrome clone was just kind of standing on his own. I don't have him with the Death Troopers because those are with my other Death Troopers. So I feel like it's a nice companion piece to have these two together. Let's see. Stevie Weeby says, hopefully since that first Chrome, we'll have a better batch. Yeah, I'm hoping so. I'm not going to hold my breath because, again, there were so many issues with those. But I would like to think if they're doing it again, they're going to at least try to correct their mistakes. We'll see.
Don't you think they would what's it called? Like they would look good with the bronze ones or the gold, whatever other colors.
The Stormtroopers, yeah, for sure, and the Death Troopers, they all would look good together for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have them separated by like film technically, so I don't have them all together. But
I will say I thought it was interesting because you just spoke about improvements. That new 501st, like the weapons. They changed the weapon compared to the OG. Now I don't know if that's because of live action.
It's because of the live action weapons. Yeah, but they're like skinnier in certain areas. Yeah, so they're actually accurate to the live action show.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Gambino says, "Who thinks R2D2, Palpatine, Obi-Wan, and BB-8 are coming?" BB-8. I don't know if we'll ever see another BB-8 again, but that's an interesting.
We got two versions of that guy.
Yeah, we do have two versions. We have the TFA one, and we have the Last Jedi one.
The 2-pack.
Yeah. Well, we already have the most powerful dark side droid. I mean, that's freaking Chopper coming, man. Since that guy just is the mass assassination droid.
So, OG fan, what you're saying is you're due for more pre-orders. When you say under, that you're saying you're due for more. I get it.
We need more original trilogy.
When I think of that, I think a Cleveland R2. If I need to,
we got to see what's going to happen with episode 1. What is coming? You know, because that could be in the next couple of weeks.
True. I mean, the thing is, though, too, is like there's a huge fan base just for clones, and clones aren't for everybody.
Yeah.
But I'm ecstatic about this. I'm excited to get it. Unlike some people, I actually did get good clones. The Chrome clones that came in.
Of course, Sean, you just hit the lottery every time with those.
And there's times where it's been bad for me, where I've gotten messed up stuff. Like when I was buying the 501st clones and I had a couple that were broken.
Yeah.
You know, how many Chromes did you get?
I did buy a lot of them. Oh shit, maybe I shouldn't say anything because then they're like, oh, shut up, Sean. You had like like if I include my stuff with the Bad Batch, I think I almost have like 100.
Just clones.
With everything. Like all the 501st regular, the 501st Deluxe.
Got the clone arm.
The Commander Fox, Captain Rex, the Coruscant Guard, the heavy clone trooper, Commander Appo.
So don't you just like that?
Did you get the captain guy?
Captain Vaughn. Yep, I got him.
The captain.
I got 2 of Hunter, 2 of Echo, 2 of Crosshair. Sorry for the guy that's looking for Crosshair, and 2 of Wrecker.
So that's like the disadvantage of this scale. When you have that much in Lego, right? You get out a big table and you just have your armies out there. Have you ever wanted to do that, Sean? Just like change up your display with like a huge table and just create a battle scene?
You know, I've actually literally thought about that, but the cost it would be for doing like a 1/6 scale battle scene with all of them there, it would, especially where to put it, because I have dogs.
Oh, yeah.
And I could just see like one little spider getting in that thing and my dog's crashing through that and trying to.
And it's like dominoes.
Like, you know, it's, for example, Mika, she's our German Shepherd we've had for 8 years. I have 3 German Shepherds total. 2 of them are from her litter that she had. She is incredibly smart. She knows how, like with these glass doors, I've seen her try to put her paw up where she's pulling underneath to try and get it open. And one time she almost did. And one time I'm sitting here and I can hear this noise. I'm like, what the hell is it? And I turn and look. She's trying to use her bottom fangs to open the door.
That's when you get the dog gate and she's never coming back. She's never coming back to the collection room.
No, it's very therapeutic, though, to have my dogs down here when I get pissed off at work.
Oh yeah, for sure. Any
You know, when
pets
I'm
really,
working.
you know, any pets having them around you when you have a rough day for sure. Sean, Christian
Yes.
says you hit me with the 2 crosshair comment like a train.
I'm sorry, dude. You know, this is the thing though, is if we get a real May the 4th, I really hope we get an Imperial crosshair.
Oh,
That would be cool.
You know,
That would be excellent. Yeah.
that would be the one of the best things for May the 4th, especially with the Bad Batch going on right now.
Yeah, and about to come to an end here short in a couple of weeks.
I know.
It'd be so
I think next
smart
week,
because Hot Toys
actually.
could double dip into that character now that it's sold out. So it'd be really smart.
And
Yeah.
there's a demand for it. And it could be a unique version of it, which is the version of him through most of the series. For the first 2
Yeah.
seasons. That was his look, basically.
So that's, you know, I hope that's what we get is an Imperial. I mean, obviously it doesn't have to be May the 4th, but that would be great. And then like with the Stormtrooper here, you know, it's great too. You know, reissue. Yeah, I mean the weathering's exactly the same from.
Yeah, this is
the
this is
Jedi
a
Deluxe.
direct reissue. This is a complete direct reissue.
And I'm so happy, bro.
However, if you read through, this is the first Stormtrooper we've gotten that's not like a chromed out Stormtrooper, where it doesn't say what movie it's from.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't say it's from A New Hope. It doesn't say it's from Return of the Jedi. It doesn't say it's from Rogue One. It's the first time that they've done that.
It is Return
I mean,
of the
it is, but it's not listed as
right.
the movie.
Right. It's the same. This is the exact, by the way, guys, I have this figure. I have this set. Exact same figure. Direct reissue. And earlier I said I would mention something later about USB power. This is still battery powered. So boo, Hot Toys. But what you can do, which what I've done with mine, so I've got my Stormtrooper Han and my Stormtrooper Luke with Death Star walls behind them. And I use the Death Star wall from this set for one of them because, believe it or not, the Luke doesn't include the Death Star wall. Only the Han does. The thing that sucked about that is they both are 2 different shades of gray, so they're a little off color. So now I've ordered one of these through Off the Racks, and I'm gonna swap that wall so I can have 2 matching colored walls. So that's my plan.
And see, with this here, it's what sucks. We still have not gotten an Empire Strikes Back Stormtrooper. And there are differences between the two.
Yeah.
So, for example, A New Hope and Return of the Jedi have green lenses.
A New Hope is that wide bucket, too. That really wide bucket, which I really like.
And Empire Strikes Back has black lenses for all the Stormtroopers.
I like
So that's
this
just one difference there that we should have. But
yeah, so this is like
again.
Yeah, this was like their way of like sneaking in an original trilogy drop. Like, I'm happy for it. I think the price point's like what, $260? I think it's very 240. Is it 240?
Yeah, 240.
Yeah.
That's cheap for what it comes with. That's very cheap considering you get a Death Star wall and everything. That's very cheap. Like
when this dropped, there were thousands of eBay sellers who shit their pants when they were trying to charge $400 to $500 for this.
My friend literally
Like
just got this too,
streams
like a
just
month
went
ago.
on.
Yeah, like a month ago, my friend got this, so I feel bad for him. But
I'd more likely pick these up than those Night Troopers, man.
Dude.
yeah,
And you already know, like, I've been trying to collect at least one iteration of every trooper so I could have, like, the evolution of it. And, like, a Stormtrooper was one I was missing. And the fact that the only original trilogy movie that I collect is Return of the Jedi, and then this came out. Now I'm still going to get that do-back set as well, but
yeah.
I jumped right on this, bro. Not even going to lie. It was a day one pre-order for me.
How different are these than the, was it the Boba Fett release, or was that the with the orange pauldron?
Okay,
the
so
Stormtrooper Commander. That's like a
Rogue One.
Rogue One
Yeah,
style.
That is literally
It's got
Rogue
all
One
that
with
leathering,
the
too.
little.
So what the difference is from the Rogue One style Stormtroopers that they also used in The Mandalorian, the actual waist belt is attached to the armor versus the original trilogy, like what we're seeing right here. Those are actually Velcro based behind from the back. So that way you can take them on and off, where with the Stormtrooper armor for Rogue One and Mandalorian, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Yep. See, and that's why I never bought those. I just waited for them to do another type of OT Stormtrooper because I knew if I'd customize it in the back of my head, I'd be like, that's not not legit. So happy.
You know what color the lenses are on those?
On the Rogue One, they are green as well. On the Rogue One.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Adam says that's why I'm happy this went on sale. Didn't want to pay for it. Yeah, dude, save yourself some money there. And like I said, I have this in my collection. I'm not unhappy at all because it's the exact same thing. I didn't overpay for it either. I got it for retail, so I'm very happy. So I'm happy for those that are picking it up. Like I said, I'll probably get one just so I can get, or I am getting one, but just so I could swap that wall out. That's like my main reason I want to get it. But the Trooper's really nice, so I'm cool with that as well. Lane does have to head out, guys. We do have a big final topic to talk about, and that's the cancellation situation. But Lane, thank you so much for being here, my friend. Yep. I hope you have a great night, and we will see you next time.
Thank you, everybody, and have fun with this. I know this is, oh boy, situation with the last topic. Anyway, have a good night, guys. It was good catching you, everybody.
Bye, Lane.
Peace.
Make good choices.
Have a good night.
Brick Artemis in the house. What's up, my friend? I hope you're doing well. It's so great to see you in here. Guys, if you haven't already, check out Brick Artemis on YouTube. He's got a great channel over there. And an all-around great guy. But, guys, anyways, I told you we're going to move on to our big final topic, and then we'll have our question of the week for you guys from actually Adam. I saved his question, as I promised I would. But guys, our big final topic for tonight, I'm going to pull up my banner here, is Hot Toys has officially canceled 2 figures before release. Yes, guys, this is no joke. For those of you guys that saw this on Facebook and were like, is this a prank? Nope, this came directly from the Hot Toys website. I confirmed it myself. I wish I knew the Jonah J. Jameson quote when, the such and such photography department confirms it. I wish I knew that exact quote. But this is real, guys. I saw it directly on the website. So Hot Toys has officially canceled these 2 figures. So you have the Sakarian Iron Man figure. I'm sure a lot of people are like, oh, don't care. That's the one from What If, from the most recent season of What If. That has been canceled. That's the one that's like teal, orange, blue, those colors. That one's been canceled. So they have not officially sent out cancellations yet. I imagine they're going to do that over the next week. But also, guys, the second one that was canceled, this is actually one that I had on pre-order, but I'm not like, over the moon upset about it. And that's the young Barry from the Flash film. The main reason I wanted that one is because it had the Keaton suit that was kind of repurposed as a Flash suit. I thought that was cool. Am I like crying about it that it was canceled? No, there could have been worse things canceled, honestly, in my opinion. So I'm not I'm not like over the moon upset about it. It's whatever, I pre-ordered that through Off the Racks. I reached out to John. I said, hey, this is going to be canceled, so can you just cancel it for me and refund me? So yes, guys, these 2 have been officially canceled. This is not a hoax. This is real. This is directly, if you go to, and I'll drop the link, guys, so you I'm not full of it, in the chat right now if you would like to take a look, right in the announcement section from Hot Toys on the Hot Toys HK official site. That's where this was posted. So yes, guys. And Hot Toys says here, due to unforeseen market alternation, we have been obviously pretty bad translation here, but we have involuntarily had to cancel the following projects. Hot Toys has reacted to rapid market changes, and our team is highly disappointed to this unusual situation of project cancellation. Yet it does happen within our production schedule. Once again, thank you for the support along the way, and sorry to cause an inconvenience. So guys, once again, these are canceled. If you want my honest opinion, I think it's purely because there wasn't enough interest to make this profitable for them to produce these figures. Let's be real. Not a lot of people. I would venture to say that Sakarian Iron Man was probably one of the lowest pre-ordered figures in a long time. Without even seeing the numbers, I could probably guarantee you that was probably one of the lowest pre-ordered figures. So that doesn't surprise me at all. Guys, I'm curious in the chat, have any of you guys pre-ordered these? Or anybody on the panel. Again, I pre-ordered the Young Barry. I'm not upset as long as we, like Brick said, as long as we get our Supergirl, we get our modern suit, Keaton Batman. Nothing's going to happen with those. The regular Flash suit, which is obviously the one that everybody wants, that one's still good to go. Just these 2 in particular here have been announced to be canceled. So
I have a few theories here as well. Like, I know people are saying like this is the first that they've done, and like in their post here they're talking about how it's happened before, like with their production schedule. What if like that's implying, because we know a lot of those graveyard figures, right, where like they'll come out and say and they have to put them on the back burner. What if those are going to be production figures? They just don't get to announce them yet, and then it does have to be canceled for the time being because of all the things that are on their plate. So I'm also not necessarily mad that they had to do this. You can understand why, obviously, but yeah, that's just what I've kind of been thinking of. And who knows, maybe they'll circle back around and still get to do them. I mean, if they have like the not funds, but the tools needed. I mean, they already have like the sculpts and whatever they were going to do for clothing. So they were wrong and just had to scrap it. So it could be a future thing to come back to. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean that's a valid point. Again, for me, I think they're just done. Like, and people have confirmed with Secret Base as well. They said they will be issuing refunds, so that tells me that
that's good.
Yeah, that they're giving the money back, but I think that's it. And I imagine Sideshow guys, those that bought from Sideshow, make sure you stay on them and get your money back. I'm sure they plan on issuing refunds because they're not just going to keep your money. But go ahead, Sean. I think you had something to say about it.
So it's important to note this is the first time ever that Hot Toys put something out that was available to pre-order that they're canceling. Yeah. So just because they show something that they want to make, but it never comes to pre-order, that's not a cancellation. I know what you're saying. Yeah. No, I mean, I know what you're saying on that, but I've seen other chats too, like what you're talking about. We're like, oh, well, they never made the 2/12. That was canceled too. I mean, it was never canceled because they never actually, put it up for pre-order. What I'm just saying though, is there's a difference between that and where something was available for pre-order. This is the first time that they've ever done that.
Yeah.
Which, I've actually always respected Hot Toys for never having to do this. Because if you look at something like Hasbro, they cancel stuff all the time. They cancel Transformers, they cancel G.I. Joe, they cancel Star Wars characters. That happens all the time too. So,
like Sean, Hasbro recently has been cutting production early on some of their figures too, like the vintage collection. They've announced like we're no longer producing like Hera Syndulla. They stopped producing her earlier than they usually do for a couple of their figures. So who knows?
Those vintage collection figures flew. You're right. Yeah. Like the Chopper and Sabine.
Yeah.
Those were gone quick.
Merrick got canceled. The Black Series Merrick, they canceled the production on him completely. Like he started to be released, and then they canceled it unexpectedly. So it doesn't surprise me.
I wonder who's going to replace like these numbers, TMS 122 and stuff.
That's a good question too.
Oh, right.
And thank you, OG fan, for the. It's a fake. The Empire State Photographic Department confirms it. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
Like if they had to cancel, does now all the numbers get set back, or what do we?
No, they don't.
I think they just leave it alone.
Yeah, they leave it alone because if you look at like there is no TMS 01 or TMS 02, then we go straight to TMS 03. There's a 03, but there's no TMS 01 or 02 that's ever came out.
Can you guys say the good thing about?
I don't know.
Like, when you say there's nothing good about this, but the only kind of not silver lining, I'm trying to say, at least these are two really out there characters. It's not like they wouldn't cancel the Joker, they wouldn't cancel Batman, but like Bane, right? It's not like they canceled. These are just so
Indiana
out there.
Jones. A lot of people mention Indiana Jones. Yeah.
But what's really great is like on the same day where we get this, they're going like really deep with Star Wars comic and video game stuff. So it doesn't look, in other words, like this is an indication of them getting cold feet in the future.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was like kind of the next question.
Collectors too is like.
Right, that was the next question, Chris, that a lot of people had, and I wanted to kind of pose to the chat and the panel. It's like, well, what else could be canceled? And a lot of people, the first thing, and a lot of people jump to the same thing is, oh, that like transforming Black Panther, that mech strike Black Panther, that one's next, right? Or a lot of people were like, oh crap, are they going to cancel Kang? I think Kang was way too further in the production schedule to be canceled, and a lot of people probably pre-ordered that one, so I think Kang's safe. again, to me, my theory is just the pre-order numbers were so low. Hot Toys is looking at it and they're like, nah, we're not wasting our time and resources on these. We're not making any money off of this. People clearly don't want these. The licensors won't care if we cut these off. But again, you know, we've talked about like licensing. These companies like Disney and, you know, Warner Brothers, they're going to require certain things to be done. I think they care more about the Keaton modern suit and Supergirl and the main Flash look as opposed to like an alternate version of Flash. This, because, you know, young Barry is not the main Flash. It's an alternate version of him when he was younger, you know? So it's like, I could see why it was disposable and the numbers were probably so poor. They probably just like, whatever, you know, we're not going to lose money on this one. They'll get over it. And Mike, and I agree, it's very good timing, right? They probably knew that too. They're like, you know, while we have them all happy with Revan and Starkiller, let's drop some bad news in there. So
right. But it also reinforces the power of like the worldwide because it was so it was waitlisted. You know what I mean? So it didn't have that Asian buyer, you know, customer, I guess.
Yeah. Gambino asked if I could show a picture of the Flash that was canceled. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up for you.
Hey, while you're pulling that up, one point I want to make too. For this year in announcements alone, okay, we've had 25 announcements. 13 of them are just from Star Wars. Out of 25, only 3 of them are Marvel, only 3 are DC, and then 6 are from other properties. So, I mean, for Star Wars leading the charge right now, that's really
very
unique.
Star Wars heavy, but we'll take it, won't we? We'll absolutely take that. So here you go. This right here is the Flash that was canceled. So again, it's the young Barry. This isn't the main Flash. It's the young Barry. And then
hated on a little bit too.
Yeah, I mean, again, I wanted this figure mainly because the cool factor. You could see he's got the Batman cowl as his helmet. The whole costume is like a repaint, basically, of he basically repurposes one of Batman's suits. The other one that was canceled, guys, I'll pull it up because these are comments I have here, is this Sicarian Iron Man. Again, I feel like this was probably one of their lowest pre-order numbered figures in a long time. Like, let's be real. Even out of all the other What If figures, I think this is probably the least wanted What If figure. So, these are the 2 that were canceled, Gambino, and everybody else who was curious. Ekwan said they should just cancel the Chrome Cody while they were at it. You never know, dude. You never know. Beskar said,
No.
as it should be. Yeah, absolutely. It should be Star Wars heavy. Come on, guys. Will Kang be next given that? No, again, I think Kang is probably too far forward in the production schedule. And I think they probably got a lot of pre-orders, especially some scared, like FOMO pre-orders for people that saw the situation with Jonathan. I think we're okay on that one. At least I hope we are, because I really want that figure. Gambino says that Iron Man is awful. Thanks for showing the pics. Yeah, it's definitely not for everybody. And yeah, X-Man, I had a figure that was canceled as well recently that I was really upset about. It was actually a Daniel Day-Lewis There Will Be Blood figure of him in like his main outfit with the tall hat. But that happens. Even third party does it. If they don't see enough want for a figure, they cancel the production. That just happens. So it is what it is. But yeah, so guys, that's a situation. I wouldn't get scared to think that they're going to jump around and just cancel absolutely everything. I don't see that happening. But just keep in mind, if you have these on pre-order, make sure you get that NRD back. I'm sure all these companies will take care of you. Can't speak for everyone, but make sure you get that NRD back because it's very important. Guys, one more thing I want to show you guys. We'll get to our Hot Toys Hotline question of the week, and then we'll close out the stream really quickly. I just want to show you something real quick, guys, that I thought was really awesome that popped up this week. The Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face from Mars Toys is going up for pre-order very soon. Absolutely love this head sculpt. It's going to come with multiple head sculpts, it looks like. This head sculpt's awesome, and I think this looks great. So just wanted to share that bit of news with you guys. This one is coming out soon. Loving what Mars Toys is doing. I will be pre-ordering this one for sure because you guys know I love my Batman stuff. Guys, we're going to jump now to our Hot Toys Hotline question of the week. Now, guys, if you are a channel member, every week I will open up questions for you guys, and you guys can share a question that you would like to be shown on the next stream and share with everybody in the chat and on the panel. So Our Hotline Heroes question of the week here is from one Adam12, the man himself, in the chat with us tonight. And guys, really quickly, I do want to share one more thing before we close out and share this question. The Clone Wars Darth Sidious is rumored to be coming very soon. The timing is very interesting with all this dark side stuff. I hope that means that they're dropping Savage on us. That's just wishful thinking. But Clone Wars Darth Sidious is apparently coming very soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. But guys, and this question is for everybody on the panel and in the chat as well. Let me close out our poll from earlier before I forget. 2% picked up BT1 by himself. 17% got the 000. 17% got both. And 64% got none. So those figures are definitely not crowd favorites. I kind of expected that, though. So here we go, guys. Our final question of the night. One Adam12 asks, what figure were you not very interested in when it was first announced, but after you saw it when it was released, are you happy you ended up getting? For me, it is the newly released 2022 Batman. My jam is the Nolan trilogy. I thought the Batman film was good, but not great. How dare you, Adam? No, I'm just joking. But man, that Hot Toys figure is a banger and has become one of my favorites. Yeah, I totally agree. It's a fantastic piece. I actually just got the OT Customs collar for mine. Just got it in. Really excited to get that set up on there. But congrats on that. Such an awesome figure. For me, guys, one that probably won't surprise a lot of you is the Peacemaker figure. And, you know, that's because the original announcement of the figure, I loved the show and I really liked the character. And I like John Cena. But the original iteration of the figure looked really bad to me. I could not stand those visible joints. I just think they didn't do the character justice at all, and I just wasn't excited for it. And after they redid it, I was like, that looks a lot better, but I still was a little hesitant, right? I still thought it looked great, but I'm like, you know, I'll get it and I'll see what I think about it. But when it showed up, I'm like, man, this figure is beautiful. I'm so glad that I gave it a second chance after Hot Toys made those updates. I love that silicone body with the steel core and everything that it has. It's just a beautiful figure. And the fact that the icing on the cake is the fact that Hot Toys made that Desert Eagle removable for us to still use it, being there under the constraints of the licensing. So for me, I got to go with Peacemaker, man. I really took a chance on that one because I really wasn't excited about that one because of the original iteration. But so glad that I did, and I think a lot of you guys that have it can agree. That's such a fantastic piece. So definitely really, really excited to have that one in my collection. Sean, what about you? What's one figure that you weren't really interested in at first, and when you got it, you're like, that's pretty awesome. I really like this figure. I really dig it. There's got to be one, right?
Actually, Venom. Venom really surprised me. So, I was late to seeing the movie. Like, I actually didn't see the movie until after the figure released. But it actually really surprised me. I ended up liking the movie. And so I ordered Venom. And
you have the first Venom or the second one?
The first one.
First one.
And because I didn't like how in the pictures I saw the joints and everything else. But once I had it in hand, I posed it the way I wanted to. The joints didn't bug me as bad.
And they kind of disappear in a way, too, once you have it in a certain pose.
And it's just, it really surprised me how much I liked it. Once I had it. And that's probably the biggest surprise one I have.
That's a good one. That's a good one. And I know Chris really likes that figure as well. Guys, and in the chat, once we get Chris's answer, I'm going to read all your guys' answers before we close out tonight. Chris, what is one figure that surprised you when you got it in person? You're like, okay, I'm glad I picked this one up. And you had a little bit of a hesitancy to pick it up. What was one that surprised you? Putting you on the spot. You got to have one.
I know. I really got three, but I'm trying to narrow it to one.
I'll give you one and an honorable mention. How about that?
Cool. I'll probably, all three are Marvel too, but I'll say TASM 2 Spidey, only because at first I actually wasn't going to get him because I had the 1.0. And then once he came out and I saw everybody having him, I saw the suit was a little bit of a different color, upgraded, and his posability was way, way better than mine. I immediately sought him out, and dude, I haven't looked back, so.
Awesome.
And then the honorable mention is Doc Ock.
Doc Ock.
Yeah, that sculpt.
Yeah, with that head
everybody
sculpt.
was crapping on it, and it's still not the best, but in person, it's a lot better. And putting the glasses on, it's good. And those tentacles are just solid, man. And he just brings a huge presence to the display. So
yeah, I love that figure too. It's definitely not without its issues. It's not perfect, but I love it too. I'm very happy to have that one in my collection as well. So great answers, man. Let's see what people in the chat have to say. Brick says that new comic Spider-Man figure. Yeah, that figure's awesome too. I ended up really liking that one, Brick. That Spider-Man figure video you did on Spider-Man figures. I said that was my favorite one in my collection, and it just has that presence, those colors, those classic colors just really surprised me. So that's a good one. That's a good one. X-Man Supreme says, dude, Moon Knight surprised the hell out of me. I wasn't interested in that figure because I wanted Mr. Knight, but then all the reviews changed my mind, and now I have both of them, and I love them together. That's awesome, man. Yeah, Moon Knight's incredible. That cape is something special. All those different wires in the cape, they're very solid. Absolutely beautiful figure, and I definitely agree with that one. That's a great figure. TX Boy says, Umbra Clone Trooper. Grew to love that piece, and now all three are spread throughout my clone collection. Yeah, that's an awesome piece. I haven't put mine on display yet. You guys know I'm in the middle of moving my stuff around, adding some new display shelves and stuff in the basement. So, but definitely an awesome piece. Congrats on that you were able to get multiples of those. That's awesome. A lot of people are saying Moon Knight. Christian Cooper says Moon Knight as well. Yeah, Moon Knight's a great piece, guys, and I really enjoyed the show as well. So I'm glad to see a lot of love for Moon Knight. So that's awesome, guys. Well, guys, that is going to wrap it up for the night. 51 people watching, guys. We're almost to 60 likes. If you haven't already, please consider dropping a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also, guys, consider becoming a channel member, a Hotline hero, or now a Hotline superhero. We have another tier as well. Guys, I want to say thank you. We hit over 80 viewers at one point for tonight. Such a great turnout for the stream. Love, love, love all of the excitement for Star Wars always. You guys know we're big Star Wars fans here on the panel and in the chat as well. Always great to have you guys here. Thank you so much, guys, for spending your Tuesday evening with us. You could be spending it anywhere in the world, but you spend it with us. So thank you so much for that. Guys, I do have some cool stuff incoming. I know I've been a little lax on the videos. I'm put up a video in a couple weeks, but again, I was sick last week for basically the entire week. I'm still kind of getting over it, almost there. But guys, thank you so much again from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Thank you to all our moderators, channel members, everybody, the donations. You guys are amazing. And yes, guys, a great way to end out the stream tonight. May the force be with you. Sean, it was great to have you back. I know your schedule's been crazy lately, but thank you so much for making the time for us. It was always awesome to have you on.
Thank you.
With the new headset, looking like a trucker or perhaps a McDonald's employee.
Hello, welcome to the Hot Toys Hotline. How can I direct your call?
Our call center.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you want him to have what now? You want him to wear what?
I think they're talking about you, Chris. They're talking about you because you were saying you wanted to be naked.
Yeah.
I think that's what they were talking about.
Yes. The mustache is fake. It's not a real beard. Yep.
I deserve that one.
Yep. And Connor. Yeah, you can call her Connorilla. Yeah.
All right, guys. On that note. But Sean, thank you so much for being here, and Chris, thank you so much for being here as always, and Lane, Mike, everybody, thank you so much. Chris has a new video up on the channel. I know he just put it up talking about the Phantom Menace. Guys, we're going to talk about expectations for May 4th. I think we're gonna save that for next week. We're going to have an awesome May the 4th stream, don't you worry. Guys, if you haven't already, get your tickets to go see the Phantom Menace in theaters. Chris and I will be going together. I'm really excited for that. And again, guys, great to see some familiar faces, some new faces. Everybody, thank you so much for being here.
I'm bringing my lightsaber again.
Chris is bringing his lightsaber again. The links are in the description, though, guys, for everybody's channels. Join the Hot Toys Hotline Facebook group. We have over 700 members now. It's constantly growing. And then the Discord, guys, is a little dead. So, guys, if you have Discord, head on over and support us on Discord. I'd love to get that going. So, with that being said, guys, thank you so much, everybody. I hope you guys have an amazing week. You guys know if you want to reach out to me on any of my socials, have a conversation, I'm always willing to have one. If not, I will see you next week, guys. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
Very good choices.